fish, psst, fish. Play something with a beat. Play, psst, fish, fish. Play something with a beat.
How's it going, Glastonbury? Who's ready for some tunes?
Hey, pal.
Wait, this isn't the opening track. Fuck.
Go, go. Yeah!
Hold on. I'll have to catch the beat. Alright, you ready? You know the words? Yeah, alright, let's go.
Yeah.
Get bouncing! Everyone ready? Let's go! We're at Glasgow! It's the fiasco! Schizo Boggle Massive Basso! Plunged in Mount Gashno! Smoking all the ganja! Wrapped in Cashno! Chinese monster flopping on the decks! Like that dead fish Sharma! Free Palestine! All the time! Give me all that Reddit comma! Chorus! Let's go! Ready? Kill your mom! 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 Free Palestine! Kill your mom! 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 Beat your head in with a drum! Kill your mom! Kill your mom! Kill your mom! Kill your mom! This is the wrong backing track. You got it. Cut the decks! Cut the decks! Cut the decks! It's fine. We did our contracted 60 seconds of music. Now we can do 30 minutes of political ranting.
Thank you, Glastonbury!
How's it going, Glastonbury? They said YouTube said they wouldn't play us. The Pod Scum said they wouldn't play us. It's impossible for us to be watching this right now. We literally do not exist, and yet here we are, headlining
BBC won't fucking play us. But BBC won't play us.
Well, except on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
On YouTube, they didn't. They did put us out on YouTube. And on the news, obviously, a lot of people talking about us on the news. But basically, we're silenced. We're censored.
Thanks, Glastonbury.
Yes, thank you. But not as censored as the babies.
Cut the applause.
Babies dying. Yeah, we gotta get serious for a second. Have you heard about Gaza?
No.
Oh, shit! Wait, have we missed the clout farm on that? Are we?
Yeah, I
What's
think
the new
we're a
thing?
bit late.
What's the new thing? We love trans people.
Whoa!
No, that was 2 years ago.
Oh no, they like that.
They love it. Let's go!
Whoa! Trans people for Palestine!
Yeah! Transistine! Alright, well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, should we do more music, or should we just...
I think we're good. I think we did. How we doing, chat?
I think all the music.
How we doing, chat?
How's it going?
Chat? How we doing, chat?
How we doing?
How we doing, chat? Welcome to Glastonbury. 2025 Glastonbury.
That's the hit single of the year.
How we doing, babes?
Hell yeah.
How's it going?
We're doing good. That's my hit single, Kill Your Mum. It's about killing your mum.
Get the CD.
Doesn't have any other messaging, actually. Just straight up just murdering your mother. Yep, get it on the VHS, get it on the DVDs, get it on the Blu-ray. Yep. Don't stream it. Cause that doesn't make us enough money.
That's so
trans
true.
rights, hell yeah!
That's true.
That is true. But yep, no, we love trans people now. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
You might say, how did we get to Frontline Glastonbury? It's because everyone else got banned.
Yeah, true. We were the last. We were actually the least aggressive, least terroristic possible people they could get to headline the show.
And
That's crazy. Other than Radiohead.
We're fully demonetized.
That's true. Maybe I should stop wearing various terrorist paraphernalia if we want to get remonetized at some point.
What, like stale shells?
Smugbug, what part of Protocols of the Elders of Zion was based on truth? It's funny you say that, because actually we're going to get pretty deep into that in the latter half of the show.
Yippee!
Yay! Why are you timing them out?
Because they do this every stream.
Fucking beast! No, I love it! No, bring it back!
Trust me.
Bring it back! Bring it back!
Nope. You're not making this mistake. You're not allowed.
No! I want to learn about the Protocols of the Elders of Zion!
Don't worry, they'll definitely join on an alt in 2 minutes. Don't worry.
Okay, that's fine then. All right. The weird bot is back. Okay, fine. I think that not enough political positions are represented by random YouTube bots. Okay, I think they deserve.
Diverse your
they
portfolio.
deserve. Exactly. Imagine buying 10,000 bots just to spread anti-Semitic propaganda. That's kind of based, actually. That's kind of funny.
I was gonna say Russia, but I don't think that's what Russia does anymore.
No, even Russia's moved on. They use AI now. They don't even like. They just fucking send it. They've already built like. I think they already hit the singularity, and Putin's just been replaced by a walking automaton. That's why he's got so many clones walking about.
Is Grok reaching out? That's completely possible. It could be Grok.
Yeah.
Grok got tickets for
question as old as
Glastonbury.
time. Should it be a terror offense to have a bit of a cringe frontman? I mean, yes. Historically in Britain, yes, 100%.
Yeah, literally 100% of the time, right? Every single frontman has been horrible.
Yeah, the only successful frontmen have been terrorists, I think.
Or a woman.
Sorry, there's never been a successful
how is there
frontman
no
woman.
okay. With girl bands, how are none of their front women terrorists? What's going on there?
That's K. You're thinking of K-pop. You're thinking of like the feminist.
Why is it only men bands that are political, women bands aren't?
I don't know, actually.
Because I don't know any female singer that's had a scandal.
Why is my mouth stuck open? This isn't good. Oh dear.
But yeah, we're looking at
I'm not happy about
Glastonbury.
this.
There was some fucking drama kicking off.
Yeah, wait, you know what? I'm fucking tweaking, dude. I took a fat one right before stream.
Yeah. Well, if you want to stick acid chat, for $5, we will drop acid. That is true. That is real, by the way.
Yeah.
But don't drop acid too many times. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, if you drop acid too many times, then terrible things will happen, okay? You will be transported.
Genuinely very bad
If our belief is strong enough, we will move, okay? This whole crowd will transport.
Yeah, I uncovered some horrible truths on Thursday, and I don't want to revisit them.
On TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok truths. Horrible TikTok truths.
TikTok truths. Yeah. I'm gonna have to hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna need to take some water. My mouth is all fucked up. I need to. I'm like. I'm
you
going.
You got your mouth the wrong way around? Is that what's happening?
I got right. No. It's just. I've just taken too much.
You got open and close mixed up again?
I got like yeah.
Get up. Let's go and chat. But yeah, we're looking at Glastonbury this week, folks. It's all been kicking off. There's been fucking politics at Glastonbury. Who'd have thought it, huh? Who'd have thought people they'd be singing songs, also be thinking thoughts? I wouldn't have thought that, you know? You put a bunch of artists together and somehow it's political? That doesn't seem right. That's never happened before, you know? All the stars were there. Everyone was being political. From your Bob Villain, his name's Bob Villain, please, couldn't be a more obvious target, to Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart got political this year. Can you imagine? What's he fucking doing? That old guy, you know? Yeah, literally impossible. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd be thinking that? Not me. I can tell you that much. Tell you that much for now, for sure. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy out there, chat. So we prepared a little something to go through the scandals this year. The scandals. I'll wait for Smug to get back once he's unhinged his jaw. Also, genuinely, if you want us to drop acid, it is $5, and that actually will make us drop acid. I set it all up. It works. Believe me. Believe me, it works. And also, the fish is still Hassan. Same brother with a bit of an Enoch Powell fan? Yep. I thought he was a Celtic fan, huh? I thought he supported Celtic. What happened to that? Hardcore Celtic fan. Which is like the, I don't know, the Republican acid? A real acid, not acid the liquid. The evil liquid. Oh, so not the fun kind then. But it's good acid. I've been told. I found it around the back of a bin. Where's Smug? He's fixing his jaw because he's, what's it called? He's pinging on...
Alright, sorry about that. Oh, God, sorry, I'm pinging off. I'm fucking... Oh, there we go.
You're right? You doing better, buddy?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a bit better. That should be
we
right.
dive
Oh my
into
God,
the...
sorry.
Should we dive in?
I really... Yeah, I sniffed a mad one right before this.
Who's that geezer?
Oh, God, I'm scared. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my God.
It's a fella.
Bob Villain. This guy's named Bob Villain. He got in a little bit of trouble this week. He was on the naughty step.
Really? Well, the BBC didn't like him.
BBC didn't like him. Ironic, yeah.
Ironic that the BBC didn't like a big black no, wait, hold on. Oh, sorry. My bad.
But yeah, Bob Villain, he got in trouble. He did a set at Glastonbury. He was on the main stage. He sung his songs, and then took a little time out of his set to chant a few slogans and stuff like that. And I thought, well, what's the best way to learn about things than only reading the headlines? Whoopee! Whoopee!
Yeah. Oh my god, it's literally like TikTok. I'm so excited.
Whoopee!
Oh, and one of these is a TikTok. That's great.
Whoopee!
That's amazing. Incredible.
Well, actually, I think it's an Instagram story, technically.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I feel like more and more of each set is becoming just political sloganing rather than the actual. It's weird. Like,
well,
I feel like we're starting to hit. It's like 2020. No, not the original ones. I mean, like Glastonbury, like 3 years ago, wasn't this bad.
Glastonbury 3 years ago, or maybe longer. Glastonbury 2017. Do you not remember Jeremy Corbyn came up on stage and gave a fucking speech?
Well, sure, but that's literally a politics guy coming up and doing a speech, not all of the individual music acts taking their turn to fucking aura farm Palestine clout, you know?
Well, they didn't do it for Palestine, but I think they aura farmed
no, they weren't, but
other causes, you know?
Well, they were doing, back then they were doing, oh, Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. I remember there were a couple of gigs where we did that.
A history of like, fuck the Tories. And because the Tories aren't in power, someone's going to be the next target, you know?
Oh, that's interesting, actually. Yeah, I didn't consider that, but you're right. Like it used to be
like,
fuck the Tories. Now we don't really have anything left in the UK.
You know, you don't really.
Yeah,
wanna,
I guess so. Like you can say,
mind you, every one of these acts did, but yeah.
well, they all said specifically they were all saying "fuck Keir Starmer," which I think is kind of
not
based,
fuck Labour,
like,
fuck Keir.
Right. Whereas I feel like in America, you know, people are more likely to say "fuck the Democrats" than "fuck Biden" if they're on like the left.
Fuck Biden's
but actually, in the UK,
fuck the Democrats.
Well, I agree. I think attacking like a specific. Oh shit! Whoa, no!
On with the salt.
Oh god!
Whoa, fuck. Okay, you ready? You got your little tab?
No.
You got your stuff?
Okay. All right, fuck it. I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it.
1.
Yeah.
Whoa! Shit,
God!
Dude. Fuck,
dude! I'm looking at my own. I'm looking at my own,
dude.
Bro!
Oh, Jesus, dude! Whoa, fuck, dude! Oh, boom! Oh, fuck! I fucking. Yo! How you doing, fish? Fish, is it kicked in yet?
God.
Is it kicked in for you? Oh shit! It's kicked in for the fish. Oh shit!
I can see inside me.
Oh,
I can see inside me.
That's good stuff.
No!
Oh
no!
fuck!
Where's?
You alright, Smug? Fuck! I can't even feel
give me the water. I need a little bit of water. Give me the bottle. Give me the bottle. Give me the bottle of water. Give me the bottle of water. A little sip of drink, and I'll be fine. It's alright. Just fresh water.
Oh man,
God,
I'm fucking losing it, dude. I'm fucking losing it.
Oh Jesus Christ! I really hate this new extremely short trip acid. That's horrible. That really sucks.
Yeah, microdose. That's microdosing, dude. It's normal. That's how people do it.
That's a microdose. That's what Silicon Valley have been taking every morning.
Yeah,
holy fuck!
They get all right in the morning and then
no wonder
fine the rest of the day.
No wonder Peter Thiel looks like that now. Fucking hell.
Thanks for the $5.
Nanodosing. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the tab.
That's kind of good value for money. I don't know how much acid is, but I imagine $5 for microdosing acid.
I mean, well, for a nanodose.
A nanodose? Not just micro, nano?
Who's getting the best head, chat? Wait, what? I can't even.
Shut up! Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, so I think the big headline.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, but chat has a brilliant conspiracy theory. I assume Bob Villa knew this was going to happen. Can't imagine their US tour was going to make all that much money anyway. What if they didn't sell many US tickets and they decided to max out in order to deliberately get their visas revoked? That would be such a fucking banging move. If they did that, they're geniuses. I'm all in. I know. I'm imagining a world where people are smarter than they actually are.
Stop stepping on Dispel. You pretty little Dispel. Can you get off his head?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Why are you
Alright, sorry. Well, you know, he's look, it's oh yeah, you're right actually. He should be in the crowd. You get back in the crowd, get off stage.
Stepping on his head.
What the hell, dude?
Can someone get bouncers over here?
Back in the crowd! Back in the crowd!
Security, please.
Oi. Security! Get out! Get out! Get out!
I think you got him. Get off stage, dude.
Is Bashed in? Yeah. What the hell, dude? Come on, man.
Not
You're ruining
cool.
the vibes. Okay, Jesus. Not cool. Not cool. I'm allowed in the crowd. You're not allowed on stage. I'm the main guy. Alright, I'm the main guy. I'm literally the main guy.
But yeah, basically, off the back of this, the big story is the police have launched a criminal investigation into both Bob Villain kneecap off the back of their sets. To be honest, if you watch their sets,
Kneecap.
yeah, kneecap as well. Well, kneecap's
I watched the
arguably.
kneecap set. They did fucking nothing.
Well, arguably, what kneecap did was worse because they incited. But
Didn't they literally say don't write? Wait, what did they incite?
Well, we'll get through it, dude. We'll get through it. Don't fucking skip things.
Okay, sorry,
you know?
sorry. Okay, fine,
Please,
fine. We'll
please.
focus on Bob Villain for now.
Yeah.
I did see a few of this guy's music videos, and they're kind of shit. He's not brilliant. Like, maybe it's just not my kind of music.
He's not bad. He's got good energy.
Particularly...
He's good energy. I like some of his tracks.
I guess so.
He's like
do you know
slow
what? Can we
kind of energy.
Are we allowed to watch a little bit of a couple of these, or is that going to get us clapped? For a guy this small, we're not going to get clapped for that, surely.
For what? For what?
I want to watch a little bit of his music. Can we do that?
No, he headlined Glastonbury. No.
Are you serious?
Yes,
we're not going to get copyright struck
we
for
will.
it.
We
Come on.
Will. I think he's signed with Sony, and they're the ones
off.
that fucking restrict your VODs.
Okay, fair enough. Fine.
But basically, I think he's alright. I think he's kind of like Slaves. He's kind of like punk, but like I don't know. It's like
he's more like. I mean, he's a bit more metally. He's a bit grunge, to be honest. Like,
no,
he doesn't actually have that much of a...
He's punk through and through. He's not fucking metal or grunge.
Is he punk?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely,
I don't know.
that's
From
punk.
He did a song with Kid Capucci, who I do like. Kid Capucci's decent. He did one called, I think it was called New England.
Yeah.
Which was alright. He had
punk.
like one verse on it at the end. But Kid Capucci is punk. I don't know if this guy's punk. I just don't think black people can be punk.
Do you think Rage Against the Machine's punk?
I actually don't know if I would call them punk.
Well, they are the fucking classic American punk band. So I don't know what to say, dude.
I feel like I would have called them rock. I would have called Rage Against the Machine a rock band.
That's fucking insane. That's deranged.
They're in the rock and roll. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, but so's like fucking Eminem.
Okay, fine. Let's have a look. They're a fusion of punk, funk, hip hop, and metal. Okay, fine. So they're cross genre. Fine. But I would just call Rage Against the Machine punk. I think they definitely cover more than that. They're like hard rock. Don't forget it's American, right? Like, bro, listen. I like punk. I just actual
okay,
punk, you know?
What punk do you like?
You know, the commercial bullshit stuff that was never real. Well, I like the Sex Pistols.
But what's your idea of contemporary punk? Because this is contemporary punk. There's not that same genre.
You know what? Fuck. What they called? Are they called Pretty Vicious? Pretty Vicious are pretty good punk. They're Welsh.
Yeah. Well,
come on, they're punk.
Idols?
They're punk as hell.
Not Idols.
I don't listen to Idols.
No Viagra Boys.
Viagra Boys, I would say, is punk. Yeah, but they're not like this.
No, they're not. Punk is an inclusive genre.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? Like Viagra Boys, I would call punk easily. I would definitely call Pretty Vicious punk. Pretty Vicious, to be fair, is a bit more Rage Against the Machine. Like they are like 75% punk, 25% rock. I would say that Viagra Boys probably leaning for more punk. This guy, I don't know. He's like a weird mix of shit.
Yeah, you get insulted in chat for these takes.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't realize there was so many fucking Bob Villain
I knew it was a mistake
here.
to fucking talk about music with you. You're so cooked.
I literally have better music taste than you. You still listen to fucking Radiohead, the Zionist slop. Unbelievable. God, wearing this mask really makes me anti-Semitic. I don't know what happened there.
What's your favorite Kneecap song?
I don't know the names of any of them. I've only really listened to them every time they pop up in discourse. I'm not too proud to say that. I don't listen to Kneecap outside of when they get in trouble, and then I'll listen to all the songs, and then I won't listen to them again. They're not really
nice.
I don't know. They haven't really caught me. None of their songs have really like. I've never listened to.
Are you okay?
This is the thing.
Why am I not okay?
It's fine. But no. Can I just say, like with Kneecap, I like them. I like their music generally, and yet there aren't any songs of theirs that I kind of want to put on any of my playlists. It's like I like their. You know what? My favorite thing was watching their set. Their whole 60-minute set, really good vibe.
Yeah, I listen to their albums, but you're a bit weird. You don't really like albums, do you?
That's my issue. I think this is an album band, and I don't really listen to whole albums except for Charlie, basically.
Yeah, I think if you listen to Kneecap, because they're so.
What good singles do they have?
Can I finish my Hoods? Get Your Brits Out.
Get Your Brits Out.
Sniffer Dogs Are Shy.
It's not amazing. Sniffer Dogs Are Shy is probably the only one I watched in that set that I considered putting on a playlist.
Yeah, I mean, but that's my point, right? It's like, because the music is so out there in its own thing, you'd only really put it in a playlist with other, like, sort of like Irish rap punk stuff, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It
It kind of can't. You're right. Maybe that's the issue. Look, I'm a playlister. I make playlists. I like playlists, and I don't usually listen to a whole album back to back, except for bands I really like Jade Heart or Black Marble or whatever, gay synth indie electro shit.
Yeah, like Glass Animals, your favorite band, probably.
Fuck off! Actually, no, you know what? No, actually, no, I will defend. Nah, fuck you. You know what? I will defend Glass Animals.
Okay,
Dreamland is a great album. Dreamland is a great album. You're actually a nerd. You're actually a fucking dweeb if you don't know that Glass Animals is decent.
No, I'm just saying you're the type of guy that would love Glass Animals. That's all I'm saying.
I don't love Glass Animals. I just think they're good. There's a difference.
God,
You actually don't
do I ever miss? Chat.
Wait, do you actually think the Glass Animals are bad at their jobs?
No, didn't even state that opinion. I just said you're the type of guy that listens to them.
What's your... How to Be a Human Being is a good album as well.
Well, yeah, I didn't even say it was a good or bad thing. You're just instantly embarrassed by it.
I'm not embarrassed. I think Glass Animals are decent. Because you said it with such confidence.
I didn't make a moral judgment. I just said,
like,
you're the type of guy to listen to Glass Animals.
You know what? The reason I'm mad is because there's a genre of person who hates Glass Animals. It's just because Heatwave's got too much play, even though that song is both a good song with one bad lyric, which is embarrassing. That bad lyric is super cringe, and which is the what's that? You know the lyric I'm talking about in Heatwaves, right?
Heatwave breaking me out. That's the song, right?
Oh no, it's just the oh yeah, I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsad. That's a really bad lyric. Unsad is really bad. I know. Now, to be clear, in context, actually that is legitimate on the album, but because that's the only song anyone ever heard from Glass Animals, everyone thinks they're retarded, which fair, you know, it's a bad lyric out of context. But Dreamland specifically does that in a few places on purpose.
God, I didn't expect you to read you for Phil so well, but I'll stop. I'll cease.
Stop claiming. You can't just claim victory. Like, does anyone disagree with me? Glass Animals is fine.
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't literally give no opinion.
They're not on any of my playlists. Okay, they're not on any of my playlists. But Glass Animals is a fine band. All right. Smug singing. What do you want from me? I did the fucking opener. Okay, Jesus, fuck you.
Yeah, Glass Animals is for people that like Alt J but can't commit. You know.
I see. I like Alt J more than I like Glass Animals. And I still do.
Just because they're a better band.
They are a better band. I don't disagree with that. I just don't think the Glass Animals are bad. Don't you ever sing again? I can sing. Fuck you. I'm beautiful. I have a beautiful voice. Okay.
It
doesn't carry it down.
Okay, let's talk about Bob Dylan.
Fine. We're doing a Glastonbury show. You didn't expect to talk about music. We're gonna be yapping about music. It is what it is.
But yeah, no, his whole thing is set. There was a bit where he was like, death to the IDF, death to the IDF, yes. Which was very
we have
catchy.
a video of it actually. If you go to the next slide.
Oh, buddy.
Let's go. Buddy. New technologies. Hell yeah.
Free. You might, first of all, you might be wondering why the footage is so crap, and it's because BBC wouldn't show it.
Is that true?
Absolutely. The set list, right? Well, at least when they were live broadcasting, it's up on iPlayer now for the time being. But when they were live broadcasting, it was something like 3-hour gap, you know? It was Bob Dylan and Kneecap.
The fact that we saw that chant at a music festival.
Oh, fuck off! When streeting? You can't out for this? Oh my god, no!
Who were kidnapped, murdered, raped, and in some cases still held captive. So I just say that whether it's a Palestinian or an Israeli, whether it's a Christian, a Jew, or a Muslim, all life is precious. All life is sacred, and I find it pretty revolting. We've got to a state in this conflict where you're supposed to sort of cheer on one side or the other, like it's a football team.
It was fairly horrific,
to be fair, that's correct.
VP of the Board of Deputies of British Jews.
Hell yeah, dude!
I thought you said this was the clip that said
both Glastonbury
the IDF.
I guess
also the BBC, also the government, and also.
Yeah,
he sings. That's crazy.
death to the IDF, but they've hidden it. It's been super suppressed
to the
because they don't want
IDF.
to hear it. But basically, his agents completely fucking dropped him off the back of it. It looks like.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be really cringe here. No, actually, no, this is correct. Yelling death to the IDF at a music festival and getting, like, whatever, 10,000 fucking people to chant death to the IDF is extremely lame. Like, that's really shit. It's bad signaling.
Why?
It's only going to damage the fuck out of your movement. It's the least, it is the most anti-Palestine thing you could possibly do, is create a bunch of discourse and bullshit around the death to the IDF slogan, rather than, like, what Kneecap did in terms of their Palestine stuff on stage at Glastonbury was actually fine. That was totally fine. They did, you know, it was a little bit overwrought. They're aura farming a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, you know, there is like an Irish-Palestinian kind of connection vibe going on there, and you know, they have a bit more of an attachment to the issue. This guy just kind of coming in and swinging with the most controversial possible slogan he can, getting 10,000 people to chant death to the IDF. Like, he's just creating. He's validating the straw man.
Here's the difference, right? I think it's very easy. If he wanted to be like super fucking extreme, he would have fucking name dropped the Jews. You know, he'd have come up with a little rhyme, or Israel, you know? But death to the IDF is specifically targeting the IDF, and I think that's kind of okay.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, every single person in Israel basically ends up in the fucking IDF at some point, right? That's kind of an issue. Like, now I get that that's a problem, that like the country militarizes its population as part of its like internal propaganda system. But I don't think you can yell death. I think death to the IDF. Okay, or actually, there's a few things.
It's like death to an organization. It's not death to the people, you know?
No, come on, dude, really? Death to the IDF gives me the same vibes as those retards on Twitter with the red triangle. You know, the ones that like...
Well, yeah, it is a virtue signal. Of course it is. You know, I would
it's
never
a
disagree with
violent
that.
virtue signal, which is pointless. It's counterproductive, actually.
Okay, how is it violent?
Smug, a fuck ton of people don't go to the IDF ever. I said most.
Okay,
I said nearly everyone.
Stop getting distracted. How is it violent? Can you explain how it's violent?
Death to the IDF? Come on, you think that doesn't mean that they want dead IDF soldiers dead?
So how are the folk of Glastonbury? How are the folk of Glastonbury gonna fucking kill the IDF?
But that's the whole point, is that the only value is in the signaling, and the signaling is counterproductive to their movement. So if you're going to say, well, no one's actually...
violent. You said it was violent.
It's a violent slogan. It's not incitement to violence. There's obviously a difference.
Well, what makes
Pretending
it
you don't understand the difference between... violent is wishing death on people. That's pretty violent. It's not incitement to violence.
Just violent words?
Yeah, basically. Again, I don't think anyone's going to murder the IDF based on what happened here. I just think that this is a counterproductive signal. I think they're going to end up causing damage to their movement. And I know that that argument gets used in bad faith a lot of the time by idiots who are like, well, why you should be less woke and then people will like you more. But I think yelling death to our opponents...
I sort of get you, but like... You look at how things are going if you do behave a little bit better with stuff like Palestine Action Now, right? If that gets fucking banned, why wouldn't you just go fucking mental, you know? If you're doing protests or
because I think the more reasonable, again, this is like civil rights 101, right? Like the best thing that you can do for your movement is to do something that looks very reasonable to normal people and then get the shit kicked out of you by the state, right? That's like ideal, having your actual fucking head beaten in by a cop for doing something as simple as standing in a place you're not meant to stand. That is ideal, right? That's actually really, really great for your movement. Kneecap, which by the way, I do think are a bit performative, and I would like to see them get the shit beaten out of them a little more often. But you know, even Kneecap, right? Like they got dunked on like trumped up terrorism charges, which I do think are bullshit. And you know, they expressed themselves in ways that were slightly less insane than this guy, in ways that I think a lot of, you know, progressives would probably find acceptable.
Well, I don't understand how you can possibly think what Kneecap did is less insane than this.
What did Kneecap say exactly? What was the thing that got them on the terrorism charge?
Fuck, it was, let me get it up. They said like they should kill a particular MP. I can't remember what her name was. But people should find and kill her.
Let's have a look.
Oh! Did you not know that?
I remember that. I was trying to remember what they actually got done for, so let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, the charges got dropped 10 hours ago. Crazy.
Yeah, I think don't spoil things, please.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So they said the only good Tory is a dead Tory. Kill your local MP. See, that's a bit more based. I'm more okay with that, intuitively.
But it's violent.
Yeah, you're right. I
And
need
it's
to square
inciting
this circle.
violence.
I think the difference is that an
What's
Irish
the difference?
person
Okay.
saying
What
kill...
I need to ask, no. What I need to ask you is why is the IDF being treated as a different standard?
To the Tories?
No, just in general. Just in general. Because you don't seem so mad when it's said against the Tories. Why are you mad when it's said against the IDF?
I guess the reason. Listen, I'm not gonna make like logical arguments here. I think this is all signaling games. Punk bands saying kill the Tories, kill your MPs, whatever, is a different signal to. I guess the difference is you have a two-way conflict where the IDF are being killed as well. There's a genuine violent war occurring, and so it's a little bit different when you say death to the IDF. As if there's like, because in the midst of an actual war, compared to an Irish punk rock band saying "kill your local MP." That is very punk. That's been happening for 50 years. People know that signal is just kind of
the
punk
fucking
aesthetic
sort
and
of
very
war
fighty.
between Ireland and England.
Well, yeah, right. Like I do think that
So what's the
them having an
difference?
IRA aesthetic. Well, the difference is that I think the IRA have a little bit more justification than this random Londoner yelling "kill the IDF." Like, I think these guys have an actual, like, a history of conflict with the UK in a way that, if this guy was Palestinian, then I could maybe see it. But I honestly, and I don't usually defer to IDPOL, but like, I think it makes a difference compared to the performative like attack.
But for some reason, you prioritize Irish IDPOL over Muslim British IDPOL. I don't, because there's definitely more violence happening in the other direction, right? Like Hamas is a genuine, like a terrorist attack did happen at a music festival that killed a bunch of Jews. Like this is a two-way conflict. Yeah, and IDF and England when they were fucking beefing, Britain and not the IDF, IRA, and
the
fucking
IRA, yeah,
British fucking army. What do you think happened there? I've got him, chat. He's pinned.
He might just have.
Yeah, I think you just have different feelings about the fucking IDF, and I think that happens with most people. The IDF are just held at a different standard. For whatever reason, you've fucking bought into the fucking idea that IDF means all of fucking Israel. It's like a fucking army organization. It's based to fucking say death to the fucking UK army.
No, I wouldn't like that either, and I wouldn't say death to the military in America either.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I know what it is.
ISIS.
Oh, wait, I know what it is. I know what it is.
ISIS.
Yeah, but that's fine. But ISIS is a terrorist organization that like does crazy shit. Okay. Here's the difference. I think if you look at like fuck the Tories, kill the Tories, whatever, kill your local MP.
Yep.
I think that first of all, that's not really happening. So there's a bit of like it feels a bit.
It
more
is happening. A Tory MP got assassinated. Did you forget?
Ages ago.
Yeah, but they were the one calling for what's it called, kneecap to be punished. The widow of that MP. That was the lady who is fucking aiming that movement.
That's a good point.
And they were killed off the back of political disagreements.
I think you still volunteer to go to the Tories, right? Tories are people who are literally like deciding to become part of the political establishment.
To fucking Palestine to kill IDF members.
This man is an anarchist. Look, we're not all perfect. Because I'm thinking about that. Obviously, okay. First of all, no, I'm gonna get hung up on the anarchist thing. Anarchism isn't utopianism, okay? It's pragmatism, all right? Understanding like what will achieve the greatest value in the short term.
They're gonna win.
I'm not siding with the IDF. To be clear, I want to be clear. Okay, my position. I dropped my bat. I want to be clear. My position is that I think. Okay, actually, you know what? Fuck you. No, you've done a good job here. You've warped this around. I have a very high fever and I've been food poisoned for 3 days, so I'm gonna start throwing excuses out now. Okay. The reality is, I think that this was a very useless, performative thing that will only do damage to his own movement.
What's useful?
That's my real problem with this. What do you mean, what's useful?
Yeah, give me some examples of useful things. What's a useful thing?
Well, I think I don't. What do you mean? Give
What's
me an
useful
example of a
activism in this
useful thing.
context in the UK? What is it?
Honestly, yeah, like even I guess
this is the same argument I had with Loaderbox on stream the other day. It's like what's happened is just fucking pure black pill, and when they see anyone doing anything, they're like, it's the same thing with the fucking flotilla. People are being like, oh, fucking flotilla's stupid. It's fucking stupid and meaningless.
The flotilla was fine.
All that is black pill.
Whoa. No. You see, I think these are all very different.
It's the same thing.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
You're coming to the
Right, there are
same
big
doomers and
differences here.
spiral.
Okay. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Shut up. I'm going to explain, okay? The fact you brought up the flotilla, that's a good example, actually, okay?
Okay, go on.
So the flotilla was putting your actual body in harm's way, making a point, bringing aid to the actual physical location of the people who are suffering, then getting stopped.
But Smug,
oh my God,
what if you're a singer and you're on stage at Glastonbury?
Let me finish. The flotilla was fumbled strategically by bad messaging and bad preparation for the follow-up. I think that Thunberg fucked up the messaging. The sandwiches meme was bad. The fact that the IDF sat them down to watch videos of October 7th and they refused to watch it, I think was all very, very counterproductive. I think the strategy and the goal of the plan was good, and then they fumbled the execution. But I would say that is way more valuable than just getting up on stage and yelling "Free Palestine." Now, there's a very, very small value to yelling "Free Palestine," and that's why I'm okay with Kneecap doing it. That's why I'm okay with this guy doing it. I think there is a very, very small value to making Free Palestine a cultural norm amongst people who like art.
What is that value?
The value is that it normalizes the position in the face of mainstream media. I think it's like, it opposes the BBC stuff. So, for example, you know what? Let's switch to Kneecap, because I think this is becoming relevant to
no. I don't think we're quite done with Bob, because you condemned this. You basically condemned this. You know,
I've condemned this. I think that was a very stupid message.
Why?
I think it's counterproductive.
And I'm asking why.
Because I think it literally plays into the strawmans that are created of the pro-Palestine movement to have 10,000 people waving Palestine flags.
Opposition.
That is the most bad faith possible interpretation of what I just said. I didn't say that. I said.
Why?
There is a limit.
There is a limit,
Wiz.
Fucking norm?
Pretending there isn't. Sorry, do you think that trans women in America should avoid doing actually pedophilic things? Or do you think that would have no bearing on the movement?
What?
Wiz, imagine. Do you think it matters whether there's a trans woman who's a pedophile in America? Do you think it matters? Do you think it matters at all to discourse? Do you think it would help the right wing if a trans woman in America was a pedophile and did pedophilic shit and got caught? Yes or no? Do you think that would cause damage to the movement? Great. So we both agree there is a limit to the things that you can do on behalf of your movement without provoking an oppositional force that is greater than what you're doing. We agree that there is a limit. Now I'm arguing that I would say this is basically at the limit. This is the cusp. Yeah, I would say that this is at the cusp of the limit. This is our disagreement. Where is that limit? That's the IDF. Yeah, 10,000 people. It's not just one dude. I think if he just yelled "death to the IDF" randomly, there wouldn't be the same discourse as if he got 10,000 people to chant it with him.
But why? Why is that particularly bad?
Because you have now sealed in the fucking cultural memory 10,000 young people, well, I guess they're fucking middle-aged, but 10,000 people at Glastonbury waving Palestinian flags saying death to the IDF, death to a Jewish organization. It's a bad look. I think there are limits. I don't think you should be calling for the death of your opponents.
Okay. So it basically is, the argument comes down to conflating the IDF with Judaism, right?
Well, yes, which I think most people do, and I think is not unreasonable.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but
I think that's also. Sorry, I'm sure there's a close. No, you need to make me finish my point, dude. I think there's a point to be made about how close the association is, but also like the idea that the IDF is Jewish people is something I vehemently disagree with. You know. So
here's the problem. You have a state, Israel, in extremely bad faith, conflating all of these things in ways that make the conflation true. They literally make most people go through the fucking IDF, thereby making the IDF a institution that basically includes all Israeli Jews.
Yes.
For the purposes of these arguments. Yes. So I agree. But the problem is that in the same way that just because Hamas is acting in bad faith and putting tunnels under hospitals, it doesn't entitle you to bomb those hospitals anymore. Similarly, if Israel actually does use effectively the concept of Judaism as a human shield to defend their institutions, you can no longer attack those institutions freely. You have to work around the bullshit that they're playing in the same way that we expect them to not blow the fuck out of a hospital that Hamas is using the basement for as a base. The same fucking rules apply in both cases. Israel is using Jews as a human shield to make their genocide easier to conduct, and Hamas are using fucking, you know, civilian areas to mask their operations in bad faith as well. They use similar tactics. It's just that the Israeli tactic is, you know, more institutional and more based on the political power they have controlling an entire nation state. I think that's fair enough. I think you have to treat both of those sides as fairly equal in terms of the bullshit they're playing and your reaction to that bullshit. You don't get to just, you know, assert that there is a separation when you have an entire country literally building that, dismantling that separation intentionally over the course of decades. You have to start being careful. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. But you have to accept that they have literally put Jews in front of the IDF, and now you have to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Human shield argument wins here. I think that's pretty clear comparison.
Yeah, but it's just frustrating because it ultimately falls into exactly the play that they want. You know.
I agree, but listen, your smartest enemies will create conditions that prevent you from winning, right? And you can either be Israel, and you can just fucking bomb the shit out of them anyway.
Fuck the Tories anymore.
No, here's the difference. I think you can say fuck the Tories because the Tories are literally a group that are only really they're not defined by their ethnicity. They're only really defined by their political persuasion. They've chosen their political.
Their English.
Yeah, but it's not really quite the same. I don't think you can really make the same comparison. Now, if the Tories spent 50 years like making, you know, making all schools turn everyone into Tory or something like that, you can make the comparison.
I mean,
I don't think you can compare the institutional power.
Governments that went to war with Ireland.
What if it was Jews chanting death to Hezbollah? I would hate that as well. I think that's very stupid. You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. I just don't think
it's that bad.
Is different. That's fair enough. I think
it's weird to have a different standard for the IDF, you know?
To be clear, it's not about the IDF.
It's just you don't like political sloganism.
It's about the messaging.
You know?
No, I like political slogan. Oh, dude, I like political sloganism. What I don't like is bad signals. I don't like bad propaganda, and this is propaganda that only serves to harm the pro-Palestine movement, in my opinion. And I don't say that about that much. Okay, I'm fairly lenient on shit like that. I don't complain when fucking Mamdani ends up.
Well, it's fine. As of basically next week, this will be illegal.
Well, but that's not great, right? I don't appreciate, like, you should. So again, I wish that Kneecap were like getting arrested and getting the shit beaten out of them, or you know, getting put on terrorism charges, because that's way more sympathetic. That's great. That actually, when the state actually hits you specifically in that way for doing something that most people would find very normal, that's okay. But if the state gets you for saying death to the IDF, most regular people in the UK are going to look at that and go, yeah, fair enough. Don't get 10,000 people to chant death to group of people.
Yeah.
He's done a bad job. This is an execution problem. He's done a shit job. This is shit work. He's done bad. He's fucked his own movement. He's done nothing in favor of his movement. This was useless. This was not valuable.
I would have to see if there's any other big examples like this.
Why does Smug hate my freedom? Well, because Mog, you specifically are quite stupid and probably do need to be kept in a little box and fed on a regular basis. I think freedom just for you.
I think I just have a different standard. I don't think there's anything wrong with this, especially when it's like singing at a concert. I don't think it's going to incite any hatred. You know, I don't think there's going to get.
But it's not singing at a concert. No, you bitch. It's getting 10,000 people to chant death to the IDF. Don't pretend that's. Don't dismiss it.
I don't think there's anything terrible about that.
I also don't think you should get 10,000 people to yell kill the Tories, because that's going to end up in propaganda. Like these videos are just going to end up being clips in propaganda. I think I'm sick of the argument.
You're just seceding fucking ammo to the enemy. You know, because that's all leftism is now.
I know you're. Listen, I know you're sick of the argument, just because it's misused 90% of the time doesn't mean it's never right. Just because it's a fallacy doesn't mean it's never right.
What's the difference? They already think everyone's insane, pro-pally, you know?
But right, and you're giving them video proof of that.
We're at the fucking end game.
I don't think this is useful. We're at the end game. Now who's the fucking black pill? Jesus,
Well, it's true. We are. It's undeniable that we're at the end game.
We're carving lines to kill everyone.
What, you think it's going to get better? You think it's going to get better for Palestinians in the next fucking year?
Oh, better for Palestinians in the next year? No, that's a very different argument than it's the end
next
game.
5 years.
I think it's possible that things will get better for Palestinians in the next 5 years. A lot of shit could happen, dude.
Like a war with Iran?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, like that might change things geopolitically enough that it gives the Palestinians some fucking breathing room.
That's accelerationism.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously. What do you want from me? I'm not. Everything you do is going to be torn down viciously by establishment and criminalized. There's nothing you can do that does not cause offense. Yes, I totally agree with that. I have, in fact, made this exact same fucking argument. I won a debate with Destiny where I held that position.
But why do you have a double standard now? Why has your standard changed?
It's because unlike 90% of lefties, I am not retarded, and I can accept that there are occasions when these arguments do flip in the other direction.
And
when it comes to...
What constitutes them being flipped?
Getting 10,000 people to chant death to your enemies! I don't think you should chant death to America as 10,000 people. I don't think you should chant death to the UK. I'm not saying that because it's morally wrong. I'm saying that because it's extremely counterproductive to your fucking movement. You need to... Do you know what kneecap... Okay, fuck you. We're talking about kneecap.
Do you know what the main conservative argument is at the moment? We'll get to kneecap eventually. The main conservative argument off the back of this is like
this conversation.
Those same people would have chanted at the Nazi rallies.
Okay, I didn't see that, and I don't care. I don't give a shit what the reformers say.
That's the main.
What I am saying.
What?
Okay, I don't care. I'm going to mention the kneecap now. So what kneecap did during their set? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
We can just go into kneecap. What kneecap did? Don't worry.
Just go into kneecap then. Fine. Pop them up. Okay. Because I think. You know what? I think we have a clear juxtaposition between these two groups where Kneecap just objectively did much better work facilitating positive outcomes for their ideology. I still think they're a bit cringe and performative and clout farmy, but I think these guys are actually doing it in a way that will probably actually yield a few benefits. The terrorism charges getting trumped up and then dropped, very good news. That's great. That is them basically getting fucked by the state and then the state bowing to pressure. That's actually great. They did a good job there. They shout out Palestine Action Group. That's fine. Free Palestine and Palestinian flags.
Well, that's about to be they've just been declared a terrorist organization, Palestine Action Group.
Right, that's fine. I think it's okay to shout out the group. I'd have to look at what Palestine Action Group have done. Like, what violence have they done?
I don't know. I feel as if there's a definite double standard here.
Absolutely not. I just think that Kneecap have done a better job.
Is it just because off the back of the word?
Oh, Palestine.
Death?
Sorry. Okay. So Palestine Action Group, they do direct action against Israeli weapons factories in Britain. Okay, so they're doing industrial sabotage.
Yes,
that's based. That's not death to anyone. That is literally them doing my favorite thing, which is industrial sabotage. So obviously, them being deemed a terrorist organization for doing industrial sabotage goes against my core principles. And that's why I think Kneecap supporting... First of all, Kneecap picking this group to shout out, way more based than anything this retard Bob Villain did. He's just yelling death to the IDF. No movement to support. No name drops of anyone useful. He literally is just yelling death to the IDF. Pure performance. Kneecap, literally get a terrorist charge against them, call out a group and support them for doing based actual real direct action shit, put themselves in real harm's way with that by getting that terrorist charge. I think Kneecap have done a much better job here. Oh, and also they're saying fuck Keir Starmer. You know what's really cool about Kneecap is they said fuck Keir Starmer.
But it's not a case of doing a better job. What you said was what Bob Villain did was worse.
That's all that matters. You fucking idiot. No,
we're going off your argument.
No.
We're going off what you said.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters is doing a better job, is making better things happen. Nothing else matters. The performance doesn't matter. It's about making things better. Holy shit, nothing else matters. Go ahead.
Bruh. Mimic makes a good point. What do you think they were making in those factories that got sabotaged?
What weapons? to murder babies with.
Yeah, ergo, this is going to get Israeli children killed because they don't have defense missiles.
Oh, fuck, that's so many orders of... shut up, that's bullshit. Shut up, idiot.
That's the rationale they use.
Not even dignifying. No, it's not. They're not even dignifying that. If someone actually believes that position in chat, then I'll argue with them. But if you're just gonna if you're gonna straw man a position that retarded, that's fine. I'm not gonna, I can't be bothered. Anyway, let me make my point. But here's what Kneecap did really well. They supported a real, a group that needed support, that does real direct action. They put themselves in harm's way. Most importantly, when they said, fuck Keir Starmer, he's just a shit Jeremy Corbyn or whatever, I think, first of all, that's a really good way of framing it, because he's basically saying, like, we had a good Labour leader, now we've got a bad Labour leader. It's not just raw anti-electoralism or anti-institutionalism with no purpose. They're literally saying, we had a good leader, now we have a shit one, let's go back to the good leader. That's valuable, that's different. And most importantly, they did a positive thing, which is they shouted out to the crowd. They said, where are our English people, right? Where are the people from England? Where are the Englanders? And everyone was like a little bit nervous. And then they said, we love you. Yeah, they were sheepish. And then they said, we love you. We love you people from England. We love the people from England. We hate your fucking government, right? That's based. I think that distinction is totally different. Right, I think that is a massive, massive difference in propaganda. You
would have to make the same fucking argument if someone said,
Bob
like,
Dylan's just retarded.
We love you Israeli people, but we fucking hate the IDF. Would you still fucking hate it?
Bob Dylan, now fuck you, because if Bob Dylan said that, I'd be backing him. If Bob Dylan said that, I'd be fucking backing him. But the fact is, he made no distinction. He was retarded. All he's done is created propaganda to put in the mouths of his enemies. Kneecap have been much more based. Kneecap got the same result? Yes! Do you not understand that the valuable difference between these two things is that Kneecap is prompting an unreasonable response from the government, whereas Bob Dylan is prompting a response from the government that most people would see to be reasonable. Do you see the difference?
The optics.
The good leader lost multiple elections and handed the Brexit crowd no opposition, and the shit leader is running the country. Fuck me, leftists to show shit. What do you want from me? I supported Starmer. What do you want from me? I've given the motherfucker every opportunity to do a good job, and he's fucking fumbled it every hurdle.
Others should have a different government.
Yeah, maybe you haven't been watching the show very often, but like we literally shit on Vosh for criticizing Starmer badly. Okay, like we've defended Starmer where necessary. Most of the propaganda about Starmer is fucking stupid. It is possible to be correct and not just signal to one group or the other. Yeah, I fucking hate it, man. I hate this job. I hate this job, dude. I'm done. I'm done. Why can't I just say a thing? Oh my god, I understand now. I finally see it, dude. I understand. You say one thing that's like nuanced 80% of the direction, 80% on like the leftist team, and then the leftists are like, well, what about the other 20%? And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking lose it, dude. It's awful. It's just, oh my god. Fascists do not require us to be this chill, this gentle, okay? I can say anything I want and then hate the Jews afterwards, and the fascists will love me. God damn it, you guys. What is wrong with you? Fucking hell. Holy, what about the hostages? I'm going to kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself.
That's a good point. What about people that said death to ICE?
Yeah, I think death to ICE is... Oh, it's a bit different because ICE is notorious. No, I hate kill the police. I hate kill the police. Death to ICE is probably as close. I would say it's still unacceptable, but it's as close to acceptable as possible because you choose to join ICE. It is known to be a particularly nasty institution. There's a lot of bad, kind of gangs within ICE that operate pretty freely. They cover their badges and cover their faces and kind of just act like a gang.
Sounds like another organization.
It's almost like I have a distinction between different fucking systems, idiots. Yeah, not all organizations are the same. ACAB, all cops are bastards, fine slogan. Fuck the police, fine slogan. Death to all cops, bad slogan. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to get your head around. Calling for the death of people is generally going to cause problems for your movement that are unnecessary. I'm not soy tone policing. I'm regular tone policing. I'm saying your tone is going to get the police fucking you up incorrectly. You need to prompt unreasonable responses for reasonable actions. That's how you do actual progressive politics and civil rights. That's how you do it. Martin Luther King said the same fucking shit. You provoke unreasonable responses.
Fuck the IDF. Fuck IDF.
That'd be fine. 100% fine. bit useless, bit performative, doesn't actually create anything, but at least doesn't cause damage. Fine.
I think you'd have the same. You'd have the same reaction to.
No, I wouldn't. Don't fucking say that because I've heard 1,000 people. No, Wiz. I've said I've heard 1,000 people say fuck the IDF, and I've not complained once.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I have put up a defense here, but I am not totally fucking married to him saying death to the IDF. You wouldn't get me chanting that shit.
Yeah. I'm not perfectly married to my position either. I mostly think that Bob Villain is really cringe and clearly just doing this to like pop off.
Yeah,
and
his music isn't really about this because it's the button topic. If you're looking out,
it is. He got a couple songs actually. He's got one song. Yeah,
oh my god! If you're looking out of the crowd and it's like a million fucking Palestine flags, you know the fucking move is to come up with a banging slogan, and unfortunately, it's a fucking banging slogan.
To be, yeah, and honestly, death to the IDF
is a
great
and
slogan.
Death rhyme, you know?
Yeah. It sucks because the second he said it, I've been walking around my house today, just randomly going, death to the IDF, death to the IDF. Like, it's catchy. To be clear, it's super catchy. Can't what Smog is arguing be summed up here by just considering that it would have been less controversial but more optically beneficial to have the entire crowd chanting "Free, Free Palestine"? Well, yeah, or creating a new slogan is fine. But like that's a fucking snorefest, right? Like how many times have we heard "Free Palestine"? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, well that's how he started, and then he was like, "Here's one you haven't heard before, kids."
Yeah, right. Yeah, it just feels so performatively like, check it out, I'm gonna make my contribution. Remember me? Like it's yeah.
I don't think I'd chant death on anyone, but at the same time, I wouldn't fucking scold someone for doing it, you know?
I would scold. I would scold him just because it's bad. It's bad for the movement. Like that's all I care about. I want Palestine to be free. Like that. Like it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to be fairly pragmatic about the things that you can't just keep escalating hatred and violence towards your opposition. You know what? Jeremy Corbyn is a great example of someone who does not do this. He was very, very nice to the Irish terrorists when the English... What? No, like, Corbyn is literally infamous for his relationship to insane terrorists and to, you know, to including the IRA, right? Like, and what does he do? He treats them like friends. He's nice to them. He's polite to them. He doesn't like them. But he does everything necessary to get to a genuine peace for the people who are actually being harmed. The people at the top of the IDF never get harmed. It's fucking rando fucking soldiers that get killed. Yep. People at the top of Hamas are all fucking hiding out in Qatar. It's you know, Palestinian civilians and militants who've been radicalized that end up getting killed. Right? Like, so Jeremy Corbyn should be going to Qatar and treating terrorists like their friends, and you should be treating the head of the IDF like their friends if you are in a position to make any difference.
Yeah, that'd go down really well at Glastonbury if you explained that.
Well, I'm not saying do this at Glastonbury. I'm saying just don't yell death to your enemies. That's unhelpful.
Yeah,
Free Palestine.
I mean, I don't think. Do you know what it is? I think I'm just not that bothered about like a guy doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's okay to have some fucking insane people, you know?
If he just chucked it out, that's one thing. But getting 10,000 people to yell it makes me unhappy. I feel like it moves discourse in a negative direction.
At the same time, they've got fucking autonomy, you know?
No, I disagree. No, they don't. Not in a crowd at Glastonbury. Absolutely not. You are literally, you will do whatever they fucking say. Like, this has been done. Like memesters have fucking performed this shit. Like, you can get them to say anything, and that will be reinforcing. You have a responsibility if you're in front of, you know, 10,000 people to do the messaging correctly. Absolutely. No, I fully dispute that. They don't have autonomy. No. Not in a crowd of 10,000 people. No, if you're on stage in front of 10,000 people, I don't think you would be making arguments like this if they were giving messages that you think were fucking, you know, repulsive.
I'm trying to think, would I?
I don't think you'd be saying everyone.
If there was a crowd and they were fucking chanting "Reform, reform, let's fucking go," I'd be like, yeah, that's a crowd of people that fucking love reform.
Yeah, so if a crowd of people are going death to the idea, well, actually, I would probably disagree with that. I would say, actually, you know, potentially, if that was a Glastonbury or whatever, I would say, well, this is a crowd of people chanting reform. That doesn't make them all reform people. In the same way that I don't think everyone in MAGA is actually MAGA. They're just anti-establishment in a way that's pushed them towards the only acceptable political movement for them being genuinely anti-liberal. So, like, yeah, maybe this is just there's nuance there. But I think I would say a lot of people who are pro-Trump and love Trump love him for an anti-establishment flair and aren't like dyed-in-the-wool like Republicans or MAGA, right? They're just so sick of liberalism. That
do you think this guy should get in trouble for this?
No, but that's because I'm radically free speech. My concern is that he will get in trouble for this, and most people will look at that and
but that's
go,
also
that's
my stance as well. You know, like I said, I'm fine with people saying that. Is it you just don't like it when it becomes a crowd chanting it?
I didn't say I'm fine with him saying that. No, I think that I didn't say I'm fine with him saying that. I said that I'm radically pro free speech for its broad benefits, but individual instances of free speech being objectively negative will occur in order to maintain that general rule that's broadly
positive. And the line
society.
is either death threats or is it the IDF? Which one is it?
Oh, it's definitely death threats. I said death to death to most of those institutions.
You just don't like death threats in general.
Well, I don't like getting 10,000 people to say they're going to kill someone. Yeah, that's probably not ideal. That's just mob justice.
Well, okay, then be careful. Really then you definitely don't like Kneecap.
I do, because Kneecap are doing it in like a there's like a safe box around what they're doing. Why is death to the Tories different?
Go and kill your local MP. Why is that different? Because you get people to chant that at fucking gigs.
It's because I know it's tough. It's because, well, okay, go kill your local MP is just objectively really funny. Like, so I have a harder time. It's almost like that's
what I mean. That's why. But it is a double standard. You see what I mean, right? You do have a double standard.
It's not a double standard. It's not a double standard. It's only a double standard if you're a DGGer, bro. Okay, you are smart enough to know that it's not a double standard because just because the words rationally, logically seem like they connect, the signals behind those words are completely different. Go and kill your local MP is not actually
when Kneecap say it, are they saying it out of humor or out of humor, or do they genuinely mean it when they say it?
I think they're saying it out of a humorous callback to Irish tradition of like killing English people, like fighting against colonization.
No, they genuinely mean
I think
it. It's one of their actual fucking political beliefs.
With killing your local MP, yes. I don't think so.
Yeah, if it's Tory MP, I don't think Kneecap.
I don't think Kneecap want you to go assassinate your local MP.
I think you need to fucking learn more about Kneecap.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, maybe I will look into that. But they keep saying
a lot of their lyrics talk about fucking killing Tories and specific people and members of specific parties, you know? But again, it's like it's all chat. It's like it's songs, it's free speech, you know?
It is all chat, yeah. Well, okay, if they genuinely are planning for people to go assassinate their local MP, that's probably different.
It got so bad that they got the government got involved.
That doesn't mean anything. The government got involved with Bob Villain, and he isn't inciting anyone to real violence. He's fucking useless. If it's in a fun tone, it's probably joking. Kneecap's whole aesthetic, it's so clear to me it's humorous. I think I have to believe...
No, it is, but they still have genuine beliefs.
Right, but
they are ideologues through and through. They're densely political.
I would have to see some really heavy evidence to believe that they genuinely want people to pick up a gun and go kill their local MP. I think they are expressing discontent with British colonial rule in a violent way that is humorous and punky. I feel like that's very different to
there's a reason they're musicians and not fucking terrorists, right?
Yeah, I think it's all part of their like punk aesthetic. I don't know. The signal seems totally different to me. The fact that they're Irish, I think, adds a little bit of like leeway. The fact that they're a punk band adds a little bit of leeway. I honestly even think the Irish flag balaclava adds a little bit of leeway. I think they are genuinely punk in a way that's cool and based, and saying controversial things as a punk is cool. But to the extent that I'm even okay with giving you a bit of leeway. But I don't like people aura farming a genuine conflict where people are being genocided for the sake of, in ways that are only harmful to the movement and beneficial to themselves. That seems very selfish. Kneecap have clearly taken hits in order to, push their genuine beliefs, and Bob Villain absolutely fucking has not. Ooh, getting his shitty American tour cancelled. I'm not, I don't really think that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny.
Not only are they doing nothing to make the world a better place, but they grift on misery to keep their audience engaged in a very commercial activity, and then actual activists get called weak because they don't chant death to a bunch of people. I suppose it is... I agree partially. I think it's annoying that basically, unless you're willing to say these like slogans like fucking from the river to the Slee or like globalize the Intifada or whatever, like you start to not look like a genuine activist. Sorry?
Did you watch his set? He did also say from the river to the sea.
Yeah, and I'm actually fine with from the river to the sea. Like, I think that's okay. Like, it's got enough signal in both directions that it's such a noisy fuck. It doesn't really mean anything to me anymore. Like, it can go in either direction. I think enough people. This is the thing. It actually goes in the other direction. In this direction, I would say from the river to the sea is basically acceptable because the signifiers become so broad that you don't really know what the fuck they actually mean when they say that anymore. It's just basically it may as well be saying Free Palestine. They may as well just be doing another signifier. Like, it's become so broad as to be essentially pointless to argue against. Whereas globalize the Intifada, I think still has enough connection to a genuine policy of violence that it's probably a bad idea. Well, death to the IDF, if it became normalized over the next 10 years in the same way retarded became normalized, then I'd be okay with it. But I don't think it has been, and I don't think it will be, and it probably shouldn't be. I think we probably do need to keep a line on calls to genuine violence. Because sometimes they're useful, you know?
What is the...
like, so we might need that later.
Okay, we go back to the... How is it a call to genuine violence?
I didn't say it was. I'm saying I would like to keep the signal on call to genuine violence as clean as possible.
But you kind of married it in. You kind of slipped it in there with the Bob Villain stuff. Why is that a related point?
Well, because I was literally saying I agree with you. I can prove that this is a consistent position because in the direction of being pro-Palestine, I think River to the Sea is a signal that some people can perceive as violent, but I would say has the signifiers broadened heavily enough that it doesn't really matter anymore. And I don't think it's fair to say that everyone who says from the river to the sea wants to like destroy Israel.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd also just argue, like, if he wants to fucking say that to destroy it, I think there's something to be said about choosing specifically the IDF, because he could have just like fucking rapped about fucking Jews. He
chose it because it rhymed. Don't fucking front. He chose it because it's catchy.
Yeah, but there's enough catchy things that you could come up with, you know? The word, are you saying there's no words that rhyme with Jew?
Is pretty good. Yeah, but you cannot. Yeah, but okay, right. But I don't think he's anti-Semitic, and I don't think he would actually go as far to just yell at Jews, right? I don't.
But you used the anti-Semitic argument. You used the anti-Jewish argument to defend.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Death to the IDF.
I never said he was anti-Semitic. Never said that he said death to Jews.
Well, you said the IDF is too closely tied to the Jewish identity.
Correct, and then so it's too easily manipulated by oppositional media. It's too easy for them to just go, look, they want to kill all the Jews because the IDF has been cemented to the Jewish identity in a very frustrating way. I don't think that this guy's smart enough to understand that. I think he's lazy, performative, and doing a shit job.
Why are chat saying YIF and IDF rhyme? That's fucking chat. You're being stupid. That's a stupid thing.
YIF the IDF.
YIF the IDF.
YIF to the IDF. YIF to the IDF. There you go.
There's no IDF.
IDF. We should normalize calling certain folk misery grifters. Misery grifter was a good line from Spore. Yeah, honestly, I like
he's not a misery grifter. What is he grifting?
I know. I just like the line. Well, Bob Villain.
Where's the grift? What's the grift?
Grifting. Oh, it's just performative. He's just clout farming. I'm sure he believes.
I thought you said he had songs about it.
You know what? No, he has songs about reform. You said he doesn't have many songs about politics or whatever. I said no, he's got songs about.
You're trying to do a gotcha on me, and now it's backfired because I called you out.
Wait, what gotcha? I'm just saying that he did songs on reform.
Continue. Keep a note, chat. Clip
what was the gotcha, baby? What was the gotcha?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just referring to a reform song. He had a song. He had a song where he was singing on behalf of like a reform voter. It was like, I love the Queen, I love my cocaine, I love my, he was like making fun of reform voters. Which, fair enough. It was okay.
Okay, so you're saying he's grifting off being pro-Palestine. You think he's not pro-Palestine?
No. I think he believes what he's doing, but it just happens to coincide with very performative and selfish. It's very hard to unpack it. I think he believes he's legitimate. I don't think he's consciously grifting. I think he just notices he both cares and notices there's a lot of political capital to be gained by being way more extreme and radical, or the next step more extreme and radical than the last guy. You've seen Kneecap pop off. He's performing at the same kind of stage as them. I can see him getting a bit carried away.
Okay.
I don't think he's a genius. I think he's mid. His songs are mid. His brain is probably mid, and he did a shit job. He just made a dumb move, just a bad dumb move.
Yeah, it's not fully cooked. I can see why the BBC aren't happy with him.
Yeah, Nice echo chamber you got there, Islamo-Nazi. Hell yeah, dude! I think that's the guy you timed out. Echo chamber, as if 90% of chat isn't screaming at
That's
me.
an interesting point. They are valid military. Are the IDF valid military targets?
I don't know really. I need to know more.
Well, they are military.
I mean, are you allowed to hit like the HQ of like the British Army in the middle of London? Probably not. I think that's probably a bit
happened to James Bond.
Okay,
dude.
well,
do you remember in Skyfall?
Yeah, true. I think you know it might be under. I don't know. You know what? I don't know what valid military target is. I don't give a fuck about international law. I'm anti-international law. I don't give a single fuck. I will decide. I'm serious. I will decide what's valid. You tell me. If you hit a civilian administrative building filled with IDF, you know, fucking paper pushers, yeah, in the middle of Tel Aviv, I think that's fucked up.
I just feel like you're holding a punk artist to a weird fucking standard. Especially when in the past they fucking worn iron crosses and shit. And swastika tattoos.
Who? Bob Villain? Oh yeah, but I thought that was cringe and shit. I would say that was dumb as well. To be clear, I do hold punk artists to a standard. I just think, like, you need to be you need to be thoughtful about it. Airport? Yeah, I didn't really like them knocking out Soleimani. That was pretty fucked up. Like that, yeah, you shouldn't bomb civilian airports either. Military airfields.
Yeah,
fine.
I think that's why in particular the IDF is like, because it is an army that targets civilians. Like, it has been known to target civilian
don't
infrastructure.
make a right. What do you mean?
I know, but I think that's
so the
why.
next Palestinian music festival should get killed. Yeah, okay, fine. Like, what do you mean?
I'm just saying,
sorry,
I think that's why there's sympathy for saying death to the IDF.
I understand why. No one needs to explain to them what. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs to explain to them why there is sympathy for the position death to the IDF. That's not a you know, valuable part of the argument. Like, I get it. No shit, there's sympathy for it. I just don't think it's a useful slogan. I think this set was counterproductive, and it's going to end up in fucking reform propaganda in a couple of years when the elections come back around.
Yeah,
and it'll probably
but they
do quite
define
well.
something else thing anyway, you know?
Well, not as explicit as 10,000 people yelling.
Do you know what?
Here's
the thing, Smug, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that's crazy, this guy ain't high profile enough. They'll be talking about Kneecap. When it comes down to that reform shite, they'll be talking about Kneecap.
We'll see. Maybe Bob Villain will get a pop-off on this.
Bob Villain
Maybe this
will
would
not
have been a
suddenly
smart
pop
tactic
off.
for him.
He's not going to suddenly pop off.
I hope not, because he's a bit mid, but yeah, we'll see.
You know? I think there's a big hullabaloo over nothing. You know?
I reckon they're more likely to use that death to... Here's what I reckon. I reckon they're going to have Kneecap on stage saying, you know, something cringe, and then they're going to splice it to crowd shots of people yelling death to the IDF.
Also,
I reckon that's how it's going to end up.
Is pro-IDF a good, like, base with reform voters? Do they really give a shit about that?
No, but they do give a shit about 10,000 people with the... No, they don't. They care about 10,000 people with the Muslim flag yelling "death to anyone." Like that's the part that people will care about.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll have the same impact when they see the crowd and it's white. You know what I mean?
I think it will, like, because they'll think, "Oh my god,
an
oh my
Irish
god,
band
it's Sharia."
Who's white? They're the bad whites. You know, that's way more powerful to them.
No, they're gonna say Sharia Glastonbury. They're gonna say, look at all these people that have been buck broken by Muslim propaganda. They look at all these Islamic enjoyers. Look at all these people, you know, giving up their own country to the Muslims.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, I reckon you don't need much more than a bunch of Muslim flags waving about and death to something.
Well, shall we look at the sort of inverse? Because
oh no.
There is one more slide. There's one more character in this story.
Oh no!
Rod Stewart.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
God. You know, generally,
some of the headlines.
You look at people this age. Okay.
Rod Stewart at Glastonbury, old school charm from another era. Rod Stewart has recently come out full-blown big pussy support for reform, super pro Nigel Farage.
Oh, this is what Kneecap were talking about when they said he's older than Israel. That's fucking funny.
Also, he is literally older than Israel.
That's hilarious. What a banging line. That's so good. See, Kneecap are good messengers. I think they literally do a good job.
But he had a similar message saying, there's been a lot about the Middle East lately, quite rightly so, but I want to draw your attention to the Ukraine with the next song called The Love Train.
The Love Train! Why? That Kyle's anti-Ukraine. What do you mean the love train?
But he is hardcore, big Farage, big reform guy now.
Okay.
And has made many public statements, endorsed them in public.
Pro-Israel as well. Well, Farage is pro-Israel. You know what? The anti-Jew thing is not as popular in the UK on the right as it is in America. It hasn't quite taken hold in the same way.
No, but there is
I think
that
there's plenty of
historic
pro-Israel
fear in the same way, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Jews didn't take over our media, so...
Whoa, buddy. Whoa there, buddy.
Well, unironically, actually, because, I mean, we were a bit less anti-Semitic, so we didn't end up forcing them into skilled labor in quite the same way that America did, and pushed them into fucking, like, media and kind of technical trades that ended up being very valuable for the future. So, yeah, kind of, yeah. Like, by being slightly less discriminatory, we didn't end up pushing them into positions of power.
My point with this, really, was this guy's came out with some truly heinous sort of bigoted views, fully supporting the Reform Party and stuff like that. Yet the way the BBC covered him was old school charm from another era. He's just a man from a different time, Yeah.
What did the Guardian say about Rod Stewart, actually?
Oh, one of these headlines is from the Guardian, actually. Wait,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably the Farage one.
I think the Farage one is BBC.
Ooh, that's a bit nasty. Rod Stewart at Glastonbury Review, lapping up the legend slot love like a lusty, leggy muppet. 3 stars. Ooh, okay. Yeah, not awesome. Great. Not great. All right. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty... How did the... Oh, the kneecap set. Sun-kissed good vibes are banished by Rap Trio's feral furious flows. 5 stars. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the Guardian hates Jews based... I mean, sorry, hates the IDF.
What do they rate Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan? Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look.
No,
they all I care about... Oh, Bob Dylan. Oh, yeah. Good shout, actually.
Jesus Christ. What a hack.
Sorry, I'm retarded.
Alright, by the way, if you want us to trip out an acid, it's $5. Please. Thank you. Like the stream.
Glastonbury organizers. Okay, the Glastonbury organizer... Okay, this is... I'm actually finding more shit. Hold on, let me find Bob review.
Okay.
There isn't even a review because everyone's just... the Guardian was just yapping about... I don't think they decided not to review.
They didn't really... Well, a lot of people are just flatly censoring it. They're just like completely fucking blowing past.
The Guardian has a bunch of articles on it. Here's one. Glastonbury organisers appalled by Bob Dylan's anti-IDF remarks during the performance. See, now, Kneecap literally came on stage and they said, thank you so much to the Glastonbury organisers for not bowing to pressure, for letting us on stage, for letting us send out this message. But then Bob Dylan comes on and fucks up the organisers. Like, again, that is fucked up. I think that they literally are clearly... The guys running Glastonbury are clearly supportive of Palestine, willing to back Kneecap, and then this guy basically punishes them for that generosity, throws them under the bus, and gets them in a shitload of trouble for no reason. So now they're having to backpedal. Like, this sucks. This sucks. You've been given a massive platform, one of the biggest platforms in the country, to do good work, and you fumble it for the people giving you that platform as well. Yeah, it's stupid.
It's an optics thing, and I don't think I care about optics things.
Okay, all I care about is optics. That's literally all I care about. There's nothing left in the world except optics. Like, you know?
Yeah, but left never wins on optics. That's why we always lose.
Yeah. I also... Well, right, but that's... Okay, Christ. His name is Villain. Alright, shut up. Idiots. Fuck you, idiots. Yeah. As a festival, we stand against all forms of war and terrorism. We will always believe in and actively campaign for hope, unity, peace, and love. And I think Kneecap offered a message of hope, unity, peace, and love. At Glastonbury, at least. To say nothing of their previous work.
It was quite tame, to be honest. Apart from when they tried to incite a riot. But other than that...
When did they try and incite a riot?
Well, they took it back.
Yeah, no, they said that. Shut up. They literally said...
There was 2 songs between the retraction.
They said... Well, they said...
Calm down, fucking calm down. I don't know what this goes. Double martyr to you. Calm down the fucking course. We're going to the fucking course. We're going to go to the fucking course, and you fucking have a riot on us at the fucking course.
Did you notice that
and then they go, actually, don't do a riot when you're down at the fucking course. No fucking riots at the fucking course. But you always said riots earlier, but don't do the fucking riots in the courts.
Oh, God. Sorry, my eyes are all fucked up. I think I'm getting... the acid is hitting again. Fuck. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Be careful, dude. Be careful.
Oh, I'm not
Guys,
feeling so
don't
good.
forget to donate, support the show, like the stream, etc., etc. Love you guys. Join the Patreon. We got a good little Patreon. A Patreon that is linked to the description of the video.
What?
You alright?
Oh yeah, you're right.
You okay?
I'm good. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's have a look.
What?
Oh, we're done. Holy shit, we done? We did it! Incredible!
Yippee!
Incredible stuff. Yay!
Yippee!
Amazing.
Yeah, Smug is dressed like a hardcore activist, ready to put the boot in it, but he's talking like a lily-livered centrist.
Yeah, it's almost like figuring out what your messaging should be is kind of a vital aspect of activism. You fucking
Of centrism.
idiots.
Centrism.
I'm not a
Being centrist is
centrist!
cared about optics. I need to go pee. I'll be back. And to take the stage, you're on stage, you're mic'd up. Don't forget.
Right.
Fish is
Fine,
playing
fine,
tunes
fine,
on the
fine.
deck. I'll be back in a bit,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, okay.
Okay?
Alright, fine. Jesus Christ. Alright. Did Smug get ringworm from VidCon too? Yeah, chat, this is your opportunity to both purchase acid and yap at me. Well, that's me tell- Shut up! But yeah, like, optics are all that fucking matters at this point. I'm sorry. It's true. Like, if you actually care about anything other than accumulating clout for yourself, then you should give a shit about what your messaging indicates. Stuck at the ideological stage of concept. Shut up! Stop talking dumb! Stop talking philosophy. No one cares. Alright? Only idiots write philosophical texts. No one gives a shit. It's garbage. By the way, my new article's coming out. I don't know, today? Today. Let's call it today. We'll call it today. We'll call it today. We'll say today. Today's good enough. What does Fish say? I don't know what Fish says. Fish, what do you think? Someone make Fishy speak. Boo Snail, stop booing me! Don't you boo me! How dare you! Yeah, I'm coming to the crowd. I'm coming to the crowd. Alright, here we go. Alright, everyone! You ready? You ready to catch me? You ready? I feel like I don't trust that you guys are actually gonna catch me. Alright, here we go. Ready? Huh? Woo! 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 Thanks, guys! I knew you loved me! Ow! Fuck! Assholes! How am I gonna get back up on... Can you guys lift me up? Why are you all moving away from me? I'm the star! I'm the star! Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to go around the star. Alright, hold on. Alright. Okay. Hey, bud. How's it going?
I'm in the green room.
You're doing alright on the decks?
They got apples in the green
Doing
room. Did you get acid for us?
They got... No one's dropping us acid. What the hell, dude? It's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm not coming on stage until there's acid.
I'm not... Yeah, we're going on hiatus until... Oh, no. No! Oh,
Whoa, fuck.
No.
I think I'm tripping
Dude, wait, this
out,
one's-
baby.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
shit.
I don't...
Oh, shit. Whoa, fuck, where are we going?
Oh, shit.
Where are we
What's going on?
going?
Wait, where's the stage going? Where's the
Where
stage
the
going?
fuck we going, dude?
Glastonbury, what have you done? What have you done, Glasto? What have you done?
I was eating my apple. I would give you a bigger. Whoa.
Oh my god, dude! I can see it all!
Oh, fuck.
It's all happening at the same time!
I'm fucking.
That
was really good.
Bro, I'm everything and nothing at the same time! Oh my god! I've split into millions of pieces!
Oh my god.
Oh god!
Whoa.
Where are we, dude? Where are we going?
You're here, dude. You're fucking here. Oh shit.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Oh fuck. I'm sensing a
Holy
vibe
shit,
shift.
dude. This is a pretty intense
I'm sensing a vibe
change
shift.
of pace.
Oh fuck, what's happening to us? What's happening to us?
I kinda like this, dude.
Oh shit. Dude, am I tripping? Am I tripping right now? Or are we in a different place entirely?
Whoa,
Are we in a
dude.
different...
Bro, this shit's
Are we in a different world?
Whoa.
Are we in a different world?
Oh my god, where
God,
are
what
we?
does it sound
Where'd we
like,
go?
chat? What What does it sound like,
Whoa.
chat? Use one word to
Look at it.
describe what this place sounds like. Wow. Isn't it beautiful?
This is beautiful. Where are we?
Where can we
dude?
possibly be?
This is incredible. I'm still a little wiggly, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not feeling
fucking
too
wiggling
hot.
your shit, dude.
Oh, okay,
This,
hold on.
this is an acid flashback.
Can you give me a smack? I feel like I'm a little...
Okay.
Give me a little...
What do you want? Here you go.
Give me a little...
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, okay,
I just injected you with some heroin.
Wait, what? What, just mellow me out?
Yeah,
What the fuck
yeah,
are
it's
we?
the,
This is
it's the
beautiful.
counter to acid, dude. I can't believe someone put acid in my apple.
Yeah, what the hell? We found... Stop eating the apple! It's still filled with acid!
No, dude, it's just that bit.
I always seem to tune in just before the stream ends these days. Well, lucky for you, it's not ending. Ha! We got a second section, bitches.
That's right, you gotta like the stream now. You gotta donate. You gotta like the stream and donate now. Got you, caught you.
Wait, are we
Yeah,
in the
get over
Garth or are
there.
we
Jump,
in
surf the
Tartaria?
crowd. Get away from me. Go on, jump over.
Are we? Alright,
They've got
alright,
you.
alright.
Right, hold on to him, okay? Dispel, Lily.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah, dude! Woo!
What's going on now?
Woo!
Sounds like a fucking gay asshole blown out by. No, it doesn't sound like that. Is there music? Is there music in Argartha?
Woo! Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Is there Argartha music?
Well, I'm just gonna chill over here.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'll come a little closer. There we go. How's that?
Incredible.
I'm under a waterfall. It's pretty.
Wow. What are we doing here? Why are we?
brought everyone with us.
Why are we here? What's happened?
Well, Wiz, I went on an adventure recently, and I decided to bring back all of my little holiday photos from all of the lost civilizations that I found and explored.
Oh.
Yeah! Now, obviously, the way I got there was I opened my mind in my own basement by taking about 700 milligrams of acid on a 3-hourly dose, and most of the ramblings that I wrote down are all the evidence we're really going to have for whether these places exist or not. But I think that we should look at it anyway. We're going on an adventure! I'm stepping on Dispel. Nope, Dispel will remain stepped on, okay? His libertarian values won't save him this time. He's not a real anarchist, okay? Real anarchists are messaging centrists. Simple as that.
The O2 summer sale. Pick up the Samsung.
Oh, it's the O2 summer sale?
FE plus 5G and save up
Wiz?
to 170.
Wiz, Wiz! It's the O2 summer sale in the Gartha? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. It's the O2
Yeah,
summer
we're
sale
done,
in the
Gartha,
Gartha!
Yeah, we gotta get a sponsor for this one, chat.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, isn't it?
Alright. We've gone on a lovely little adventure.
Yeah, welcome to Argartha, dude.
Okay. Alright, we're doing a vibe shift. We're doing a vibe shift. Now, for those of you watching on the YouTube video, the reason I'm wearing an Irish balaclava is because Irish people are mystical and magical, and they're the only ones who can access these civilizations.
That's right.
There you go. It all scans. You have to wear
Yeah.
this.
I tried to think it was a good costume.
Ooh, that's cute. Oh, I think you should put on
Yeah.
your little flappy wizard, your little funny little floaty guy.
What's the
that's
best
cute.
costume for this? My lily pad? Get my pipe
I
out?
missed you in your wizard hat. It's been so long.
I'm a little wizard. I'm a native art.
Oh my god, remember when he was a wizard, guys?
Yeah, it's dance is over. Dance time's over.
Yep, okay.
This DG
We're going
says
on a little
great.
magical
Fish is
adventure.
doing his best. So what are you saying? You want me
He's
to look at
doing
these
great.
papers that you handed to me? Boop.
Yeah. So look, I've got a
Wow.
bunch of. Yeah. So basically, I put together a bunch of papers of my travels across all these different little lost civilizations. You know, that
Oh,
lady
God.
the other week, told me about Tartaria, and I was like, I want to visit that. So I went to see all of them. I went to see every single one. And by the end of this, I'm hoping that we can figure out whether it's a good holiday destination, and mainly whether we'll get in. We kind of have to.
Oh yeah, because
I think that's the
some of
main
them
thing.
have
I don't wanna...
very bad door policies.
Yeah, it's like they're basically like Soho clubs. It's a bit hit or miss whether you can get in. So we'll
it's
once we figure that
race-based.
out. It is. I won't lie. A lot of them are quite race based. I won't. That is a big part of it. But you know what? We'll go through them one by one, and maybe chat can help us decide which ones seem the best, and then we can all go for a little visit.
I didn't know it
How's
was
it sound?
Plato that came up with Atlantis.
I didn't know either, dude. I learned that today. How fucking cool is that?
Would you just make that shit up? He was just like, methinks water.
Yeah!
Undercity water.
Basically. Yeah. Oh, Stardream Girl. Hey, how's it going? Yes, you are the one who inspired this segment. Well done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. We will not be shitting on Tartaria too hard. That's a lie. We might shit on Tartaria. Sorry.
Also, shout out to Nameless, who donated a very good video about Agartha.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Thank you. See, your influence, your donations, okay, your contributions, they all end up.
It works. We listen to chat. Chat said, I want more weird, racist, far right lost cities.
Yeah. It's so weird that our chat keeps asking us to do more racism. That's really weird. I don't know why that's happening.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh no.
No, an expansion troop was in Agartha.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are you ready? You ready? Whoa.
Yeah,
fuck.
Dude. Whoa.
Oh fuck.
Oh god. Oh dude, I think I'm ascending. Oh shit, I think I'm ascending. Dude,
oh shit.
I'm making it to the final plane. Oh my god.
Don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it, dude. Oh man.
I feel so connected to everything. Whoa.
Oh.
I can see everything, dude.
Oh shit. This feels crazy. I don't know about you.
Oh my god. Liz, I think I'm inside you.
No.
I'm touching you. I can feel every part of you.
That can't be true. That cannot be true.
I understand all of the ways you are now. When she sticks her finger in. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wow. Oh,
this is crazy. I fucking love acid.
I'm getting too close. Wiz, bring me back.
Back to the past. We've got. Well, look how purple it is here, chat. Whoa.
Bring me back.
I think I can see Agartha. Agartha?
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Nice for $5.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Wow.
The acid hits different, dude. I was definitely in that apple.
It's not gay if you're in the 5th dimension. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's imagination. That's definitely gay.
Exactly. Smug, if you ascend, beware of the planet with teeth dude's a dick. He will slap you back down to your body. Yeah, I won't touch the teeth planet. Thank you.
Whoa.
Gay puppet sex. Yeah, this is where you are. Okay. All right, we're going to start with, I think we have to start with literally the first one ever, which is, of course, Atlantis. A place that, as far as I can tell, Plato basically just made it up whole cloth out of nothing. He basically said, so there's this place past the Strait of Gibraltar, that's all we have for its original location.
Okay.
Just outside the Mediterranean, which unsurprisingly is all he knew about really was the Mediterranean.
Right.
So he was just like, yeah, past the bit that I know, it's out there somewhere. He said it was about 9,000 years old, and he wrote this in, 600 BCE or something? No, he said it happened 9,000 years before some, event in 600
minus
BC. So
18,000.
Sure, but basically, he made it up for an argument. Oh, wow, thank you. So, he said that it was bigger than Asia plus Libya. I don't know why he used that. But also, I just love that he was like Asia plus a little bit of Africa.
Okay. To clarify, was it the entire city was the size of Asia plus Liberia, or it's a sunken continent?
Yeah.
What is it?
Or the empire, the empire.
Oh,
that it was
the
a part
empire.
Of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He said that they had the world's most powerful navy. They just had an incredible navy. Which again, I guess for the Greeks, they were they were big boat respecters. I do think other civilizations talked about something like Atlantis, and the Greeks and Romans just stole what they knew. So there are great flood myths that go back before ancient Greece, but this is the first instance of an actual civilization, a lost civilization.
Yeah, we got so many great flood myths. Even the Bible's a great flood myth.
Yeah, which, to be fair, means that probably there was, a great flood at some point. It seems reasonable
entirely,
to conclude.
but any flood would seem like a great flood. If you're fucking...
I suppose you're right, yeah.
Primeval man.
Yeah, fair. I think that's the kind of thing that will probably remain in kind of generational
We'll have fear of snakes, fear of spiders, fear of floods.
Yeah, true. So he said that it was a utopia, and then it started to fall. Now, this will begin the trend, and I think the fact that Plato said this, and that nearly every other civilization we're going to look at probably follows a similar set of circumstances.
Okay.
follows similar trends. He said that it was a utopia that fell to moral degeneracy and corruption before being punished by the gods for their hubris. They got punished by a shitload of floods and earthquakes. There you go, great flood myth. And basically that's his whole vibe. Like it doesn't really get more sophisticated than that. Now the problem is that because Atlantis has been around conceptually for so fucking long, we basically have something in the way of like 12 variants of the Atlantis myth.
Okay.
So we've got the, so I'll lightning round them. I decided not to do an individual slide for each one because I thought that would take too long. There's literally like 12 of them. So you have the Antarctic version of Atlantis, right? So this is the one that claims that it's under Antarctic's
Sorry, I got to
sheets.
interrupt you very quickly. Doesn't this music sound like the fucking Tomb Raider when you're at Lara Croft's mansion?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Wait, are we about to get copyright struck by Sony?
I certainly hope not.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but yeah, the gays ruined
Atlantis.
civilization. Yes, so the gays ruined civilization. Many such cases. So yeah, so you got the Antarctica Atlantis. Now this is one where they talk about like apparently the poles shifted like 10,000 years ago, and so the entire pole just rotated around Atlantis and then froze them. Now, the reason the Antarctic one became popular is because the Nazis went to Antarctica to find it.
Weird.
They did an Antarctic trip.
Why would it be in Antarctica?
That's just it was just part of the like esoteric lore that the Nazis got
just
excited
like,
about.
oh, it's mysterious. There must be something hidden there.
Basically, yeah, but the Nazis now there's a third variant of the Antarctic Atlantis, which is that the Nazis successfully found it and then all went to live there and hide. So they're still alive in under ice Atlantis.
A bit like how they got to the moon and they live there.
Yes, yeah, or how they hid in Argentina and became animators for a puppet show.
Yep. Oh, they've got you.
Yeah. Shit, I spoke too soon. Okay, so then there's like a little bit of a later version of Atlantis that's like 8,000 years later, and this is I think this was mostly spoken about.
This one was made by Disney.
Yeah. Well, this was post-Greek. They basically treated Crete like the Minoans, you know, of like the Minotaur. Legend.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So they basically said actually Atlantis was Crete, which was actually a, you know, advanced Bronze Age civilization. They had writing and art and trade and stuff. And that Plato was actually writing. So they basically suggest that Plato was writing about a volcano that took Crete the fuck out and basically buried it with tsunamis. Yeah. So actually, and this one seems quite likely to have actually happened because we know that Crete was a real place. We found a bunch of evidence of it, and it did get wiped out by a tsunami. So this one is actually fairly, you know, fairly decent.
He was just wrong about Crete.
Like, yeah, he basically thought they happened 10,000 years earlier than it actually happened, basically.
Yeah. Interesting. Because you would probably find ruins or whatever, or things would wash up or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, basically.
Specifically
so the idea
boat
is that Plato,
ruins, right?
Well, boats disappear, right? Like they rot
away. Well, no, but they'd be evidence of boats, and that's why you believe there's such a big military, like a navy.
Oh, the navy thing. Yeah, you know what? Maybe
it's like,
find,
here there be dragons when they find dinosaur bones, you know?
Yeah. But basically, I think the vibe is, when did Plato live again?
I don't know.
He were 5th century BC. Okay, so basically, I think, and then when did Minoan Crete disappear? So I think basically the theory is he conflated Crete disappearing about 1,000 years before him and said that it happened 9,000 years before him.
Yes, because it would feel that way. Basically back in those days, you know. Well,
yeah, exactly. They didn't have the same records, so they would assume that, you know, it happened a lot further away because there was no. Yeah. So that actually seems like quite a likely version of Atlantis. Now, you then also have people took Plato's description and started looking for Atlantis, and some people feel like it happened. They found Atlantis in the Azores, which are the mountain peaks of a supposedly sunken Atlantic continent that fits.
Okay,
Plato's
is this because it's shit like they found whale bones all the way up in mountains?
No, but funnily enough, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
No, so the Azores are a bunch of volcanic islands. So they found a bunch of sunken islands that are like the tips of mountains. And I guess they went down it and they were like, oh fuck, this is an underwater mountain, which is pretty typical, right? Mountains happen underwater all the time. And they were like, wait a minute, this is the tips of the mountains of the lost continent of
before
Atlantis.
diving equipment existed, like they'd only be going down a couple, like tens of meters, you know?
Yeah, and they would just see it going off into the distance and go, holy shit, there's a whole
it's
island
unlimited, dude.
Yeah,
if only
literally.
I could go down 100 more meters, I'd meet the fucking mermaid of my dreams.
Yeah. If only I had a billionaire who would build me a submarine. That was a little dodgy, but mostly fine. Nazis new and old love their superstitious pagan nonsense. Yeah, so the Azores got very popular in the 19th century. They're like a bunch of 1800s occultists. Some of the cool guys, the chaos magic guys, the sort of OG like English occultists were like, yep, we found it. It's in the Azores. We just need to go down there and excavate it. And then obviously a lot of the New Age punks basically started getting excited about it as well.
Nice.
Then you've got a few kind of follow-ups of this. You've got the Caribbean variant. So this suggests that again another set of volcanic islands is Atlantis dropping. One that was really fun was the Eye of Sahara theory.
Okay.
You heard about this?
Is that really deep well in the middle of the ocean?
No. So basically, they say that there's a city in the Saharan desert called, I think it was called Mauritania.
Oh, do you want to know something stupid? That's in the fucking second Aquaman movie.
Really?
They go to the fucking Atlantis in the Sahara.
Yeah, it's called the Rishat structure. So basically, it is a very weird looking geological formation. It's basically a dome of like concentric rock that's like sprouted up. So it kind of looks like it used to be something. Yeah, I'll put a picture in the slide actually.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's kinda,
have you seen the Mud Fossil University? The guy who spots Atlantis and massive dragons on Google Earth images. That sounds fascinating.
That's awesome. No, can you send me a link? That sounds fucking great.
Put that in WizWatches. Thank you. That's Thursday stream sorted.
Yeah, easy follow up. Very fun. Yeah, let's. There we go. Check this fucking thing out, dude.
Oh.
So that is a real thing.
The thumbprint of God.
Yeah, so that's a real thing that exists in the Sahara, and people were like, "Oh, this is like a lost city." So
it's
some
a meteor
people
crater or something, right?
Maybe, I don't really know. I think it's actually just like rocks that have been stripped away by like the harsh sands and kind of formed that through winds.
Yeah,
I don't think it's like a volcano or a crater impact or anything. It's like igneous rock. But yeah, very cool. So basically, they think that this is where Atlantis was, and then it kind of disappeared into the Sahara.
Yoinked.
So this is like the top. Yeah, it got nicked. So yeah, then you of course have the there's an Egypt link one, which is quite fun. So this is the idea that Atlantis
where the fucking
existed.
Egypt would Atlantis be?
Nowhere. The Egyptians were Atlantean refugees, and that's how they had such incredible pyramids and shit. It's because they brought their Atlantean technology with them to create it. How cool was that?
And then forgot it.
So, yeah. So and then they basically forgot it over time. Now there are some connections with that one to like basically this is mostly a Nazi one. They basically say, how could brown people in Egypt have built pyramids? They must have had some help from some white people somewhere. And so then they're like, yeah, of course, the white people came from Atlantis, taught them how to build pyramids, died out or interbred with the Egyptians, and then they became degenerate, brown people, and they forgot the technology to make pyramids. That's AI? Maybe it's AI. It's on the Wikipedia page.
Everything's AI.
I think it's AI. No, it's an image from the International Space Station. Stay mad.
No, AI made the pyramids, dude.
That's true. That makes sense. 8,000 years ago, the Eye of the Sahara was lush and green. No fucking way.
That can't
bullshit. Really?
Well, it could just.
Maybe it was an oasis
to be fair, that
collapsed.
would kind of explain
I
it.
can believe that. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, so they said that it's definitely not an impact structure. They thought it was at first in the 50s and 60s, and then they did a bunch of measurements and shit, and they realized that absolutely it couldn't have been.
Well,
made
you'd find like root fossils,
way.
surely.
I guess so. Yeah. Where? Oh, it's the location of exceptional accumulations of Acheulean artifacts. Whoa! So there was a civilization there. That's so cool.
So there actually was. So
wow.
there wasn't.
They found spear points and shit. Yeah, but a really ancient one, like kind of prehistory. Wow, 15,000. Okay, that's very cool. 15,000 BCE. Stone artifacts dating back to 145,000 years ago. Damn, dude. That's like...
Man, that's crazy.
Jesus. That's pretty cool. Damn. Very cool. Marvel's Atlantis seemed to move around a bit, but was always conveniently placed off the east coast for the submariner to quickly attack.
Submariner, Jesus.
Yeah.
Submariner?
Oh, submariner.
Jesus.
I don't fucking know. I don't know what the Marvel is.
Submariner.
Is that just true for every desert? Maybe. There are cave paintings of people swimming in the middle of Sahara. I think that was wishful thinking. Cool. Similarly, we've got so the refugee theory is pretty popular again, especially with the sort of Nazis. Another one is they like to explain away all the Mayan and Aztec and Andean civilizations again with the white Europeans fled to degenerate country and taught them how to build things. Yeah. So it's a very useful explanation for like racial supremacy when you go back in time and you're like, well then how did these supposedly inferior cultures also do technology? It's like, well, obviously the white Atlanteans came over to help them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where this conspiracy crosses over. It's a super useful coping mechanism for silly Nazi shit.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, those are kind of all the Atlantean sort of. I'd like to kind of bundle them together in one vibe. I think there's a again these are
feasibility
all
is probably quite high because there's a lot of lost civilizations. It's just the feasibility that it's specifically called Atlantis is low, but it is. I wouldn't be surprised if they're always attributed to. I don't know. Feasibility would be like yes or no. You know, like it is feasible or it's not.
Okay. Okay, sure. I think
the
yes.
Crete.
The Crete one. I mean, it's pretty well established.
And I'm sure there are other civilizations that came together to eventually form Europe or Egypt or something like that. You know.
Yeah. Drink water. I do need water soon. That's all right. I'll do it after this one. If you donate, I'll drink water. Otherwise, I'll dehydrate and die. I'm not drinking water without a tab of acid. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Fascistiness.
It's well, I mean, it was appropriated by the Nazis, but they didn't really do anything with it.
I think appropriated. I'm gonna say that feels between 40 and 60 to me. Where would you?
I'm gonna use a word, so I'm gonna say fascist adopted.
Let's do it. Should we do it out of 10? I'd rather do it out of 10. I want to put like a.
Okay. I'm gonna say 4. It's not
4?
0.
Okay. Yeah. It was yoinked. The Nazi Antarctica thing is a bit of a thing, and then the actual. But then the Nazis had so many other ones that.
Why did the Atlanteans have to be white? Because apparently they were intelligent and had a big navy and successful.
Atlantis was basically depicted as a European civilization. It's kind of hard to get away from that. No one depicts Atlanteans as brown. They were considered like a European. Now, obviously, the Greeks in Plato's time weren't white in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
But when the right wing, talks about ancient European civilizations,
whiteness is defined by the skull shape anyway. So. Yeah.
yeah. But they connect that to whiteness. So unfortunately, Atlanteans, European civilization, very very firmly defined in almost all the mythology. I depict Atlanteans as fish people. That's and mermaids honestly is better. Influentiality.
Oh, really
I would say
high.
like 10. Yeah, like it's the most influential one. It's the one.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage quotient. You know what?
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna put this at an 8 because I'm gonna take a couple points off.
Has he ever
do you
actually
want
been
Nicolas
there?
Cage? Well, no, and probably the reason is that do you want him in like a scuba suit or underwater all the time?
Yeah,
like, actually,
isn't the whole thing? It's like air bubbles because like Samurai Jack could go to Atlantis, but he'd like swim down and then go bloop, or like Star Wars.
Star Wars had Atlantis.
Do you not remember in the first one? And they go the Goga.
Oh yes, the underwater thing. Yeah. The fish guys. Yeah, it's
it appears in lots of movies. I think it has to be higher.
But yeah, but
it's a movie. I think this is
Cage
like,
underwater?
I think this Nicolas Cage. I think that is ranking it by like how much it's in movies. You know.
No, it's about how excellent a Nicolas Cage project it would make.
Probably quite high. Probably quite high.
Which is why it's an 8 out of 10. I think 8 out of 10 is valid.
Would we get
I think
in?
8 out of 10 is good.
I'm an amphibian, so yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Oh god. Okay, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, sea snails exist, dude. Don't worry.
I think I'm gonna throw down maybe Wiz.
You'd be like a cleaner though. You'd be cleaning the windows by eating the bacteria.
I think I could maybe make it in as your +1. That's my worry.
Yeah. I definitely would be in there.
So it's a bit iffy. Wiz is in, but he might have to try and smuggle me in. Yeah, it's not ideal. What the fuck did I just walk into? Atlantis.
Yeah, we're doing Atlantis.
If you argue for it the right way, we could uncover an
saltwater Wiz? No, that's what you think, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. It's actually kind of hard to find an anti-racist conclusion in Atlantis, a place that was made up by Plato to explain away moral degeneracy. He literally, the reason he made this up was to tell everyone in Greece, stop being such degenerates, be more conservative, or the thing that happened to Atlantis will happen to you guys. Literally, he just created a civilizational boogeyman. It was literally designed as a lesson against moral decay. There's not really a good way to frame moral decay. Like, it's kind of hard to,
Wasn't Atlantis in the Black Panther movies? I think I'm covering a fucking memory in my head. The second Black Panther movie, really? I think Atlantis was in there.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
But it was like weird and dark and horrible. And there were Mayans.
Damn.
They were all Mayan people. They were blue.
Okay. I'm gonna pop off and grab it. I'm not listening. No, I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna go pop off and grab a drink. You can hop on the next slide and start. Why don't you read it out and then we'll.
Okay. Well, just don't go. Well, I'll do whatever the hell I want. Get out of here, bitch.
Do whatever the fuck you want, then, asshole.
Hey chat. That was the time to remind you. Like the stream. Underwater Vibranium herb. Yeah. Was it? Did that happen, or am I fucking losing it? They were so advanced they built space rockets and left Earth altogether. The power of the rockets sank Atlantis. Wow, they're just like those ghouls from Fallout New Vegas. Also, Atlanteans in the Disney film weren't white. No, they were like Mayans as well, weren't they? There's a big link between Mayans and Atlantis, and I don't think that's a link in real life. The second one had Mexican Namor, the Submariner. Yeah. God removed the bad guy's ability to swim. Whoa. Whoa. Guys, remember to donate, support the show. Please become a patron today. There's many benefits to becoming a Patreon, like having access to the VODs. To the VODs, I say. Let me put the little Patreon link in the thing. Patreon's a good way to support us as a more sustainable way, you know, because it's like monthly instead of like daily or whatever the fuck. If you like what we do, we're demonetized on YouTube, and we appreciate any help we can get, you know? Keep the show running.
Plus you get a shitload more content. Guys. Like an insane amount of content.
Yeah,
there's like literally 50
all that
hours
I've
of extra
made.
shit there at this point.
Smug's never done any content. It's all my content. Sorry, what were you saying? Where'd you get back here?
Oh, yeah, I might do my my follow-up to Alexander Avila's shitty takes on AI on a Smugbug Sunday. We'll throw that on Patreon as well. Plus you get songs.
Patreon
yeah, holy shit, there's a whole album on there.
By the way, guys.
Yes. Fuck the songs. Spore, I'm nearly done with yours, okay? I'm polishing it. It's good. It just needs a bit more polish. I don't want to send out slop, okay? Alright. Should we go on to the next one?
We can go to the next one. Whoa, Tartaria! Tartaria sauce.
This one's for you, Star Dream Girl! Tartaria! Hey. So I went on a little trip. I saw this weird building. Popped in a cliff, and I was like, that can't... Oh, no.
Smug, I'm so sorry. Is she going to speak to us?
Oh.
He's weirdly quiet. Oh, well. Whoa! Fuck, dude. Shit, dude. Oh, fuck. That's right. Make sure to glitch out. Whoa, fuck. This acid flashbacks, dude. I'm flashing back.
This sucks, dude.
Oh, shit.
This
sucks,
dude.
Tartaria. I'm in Tartaria.
Holy shit.
Why are you a fucking robot? You look like a Phil Fish game. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
You're fucking Stefan
This one's a
Molyneux
bad
over
trip.
there.
The last The last trip was a good trip. This is a bad trip. I'm fucking crashing out, dude. I'm crashing out, dude.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm crashing out, dude.
Whoa, fuck! I feel fucking fuzzy, dude.
Wait,
you okay?
I need.
You okay? You alright, buddy? Whoa, he doesn't look real. He doesn't look fucking real. He looks. Whoa. How you doing that? Oh fuck! Are we fading back? Are we fading back? Oh shit! I think. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh,
holy shit!
Fuck, I'm fucking fuzzy as hell after that. They put some
Bro, I
fuzz
saw
on me.
everything, dude.
Whoa.
I saw everything.
Fish is still fucking tripping, dude. He's still fucking up there. Fish.
He's buzzing,
Fish.
dude.
Fish, snap out of it,
okay?
dude. Fish. Okay, I think he's okay.
Oh, there we go. I think he can choose to do that.
No, what he's always got acid?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a fucking dodgy character.
I was giving 2 million sloppies. Yes, that's what happened. I didn't enjoy it. It was terrible.
You taking the fucking sex acid?
I'm taking the sex acid. Yeah.
That's horrible.
I'm taking.
Maybe there's something right.
I'm taking
It's
the
fucking moral
LSD.
degeneracy.
I'm taking the LSD.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because yeah. Okay, Tataria. Right. This is where things get fun. Okay. This is all a love letter to the funny conspiracy Stardream girl. There we go. All right.
Yay.
So Tartaria is really fun because it is the most recent one. It literally only fell apart like 150 years ago. It's brand new, dude. Literally, this shit was popping up until like barely 200 years ago. So this was basically a Eurasian empire, okay? It had incredibly advanced technology. And they invented a bunch of really important shit. They invented the star forts, which we'll take a look at in more detail a little bit later. And they also invented the energy dome. And this basically was the first civilization
you ever got an energy dome before?
that created. No, actually, that was very lackluster. And yeah, they created machines to channel free energy. They provided a bunch of. They basically solved the energy problem.
Okay, yes.
Like 200 years ago. Yeah. Now, this was first discovered and popularized by Russians on some Russian forums. In particular, they wanted to kind of break down like Russian history. They didn't like the sort of Western depiction of Russian history, and so they kind of started to rebuild a new one by looking at some of these old maps. And then they started spreading it via YouTube and TikTok and AI-generated content, and eventually, and tourism videos as well, funnily enough. This is one of the few ones where you get, basically anyone gets to go to like Europe or whatever, and you can find your own evidence of Tartaria, which we'll look at in a little bit. It's all over the place. You can literally go to fucking... Well, you can basically go to like random places in Europe that used to be part of the Tartarian Empire and find evidence of Tartarian buildings that have been like half buried. They were destroyed by a mud flood, and
that's a fucking
so this
huge
was like,
mud flood.
Yeah, literally. Well, here's the thing. Some say that the mud flood was planned by the elites. An elite group decided to bury. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I found it hard, and I have a Google Earth project dedicated to me finding and looking at star forts. They're so cool. Star forts are very cool. Yeah. So. Evidence number one. It's literally mentioned on maps from like the 16th, 17th century. Literally existed. Was real. Very real. On maps from like 400 years ago. Very real.
Okay.
Also, the buildings survived. You can literally still see some of them buried today. You can still see the star forts. You can go visit the Tartarian buildings. And my final piece of evidence. Do you really trust the elites in historical academia? Go to the next slide. I've got a few images. I'm gonna throw a few pieces of paper on. There you go. Next one. First bit of. Oh, sorry. That's my. There you go. Boom. Look at that.
What is this?
That's a real map. That's a real map. That's a map.
Whoa.
That's a map from like the 16th, 17th century. Look at this. Look at the top. It says Tartari. Yep. Big pile of land that covered most of Russia and also included some of Asia. It's a Eurasian landmass. Yep.
Japan was in Tartari?
Yeah, basically.
Man, I already made a tartar sauce joke. Sorry.
I'm not making a tartar sauce.
I said tartar, like you have in fish and chips. I already made a joke. Sorry.
So
continue.
so basically, from these maps, this is basically a name that historical cartographers came up with for Central Asia and Siberia. This is a real documented area that people referred to because it was just one big pile of crap that no one really gave a shit about. And then a Russian named Anatoly Fomenko decided to incorporate that into a new historical revisionism of Russian history, basically saying that this is the like valid Russian Empire and what Russia used to be before Western elites destroyed it, and then basically rewrote history to deny Russia its rightful land gains. So this is actually very, very prominent in Russian conspiracism. They basically say this is what Russia is supposed to be, and Western elites rewrote history to redefine the historical borders of Russia in order to deny them their rightful land.
What? Because of mud floods?
Fomenko's a Ukrainian? I don't know if maybe he's a Ukrainian. No, he's a Russian. Soviet and Russian professor of mathematics at Moscow State University, 1945, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he created new chronology, which is basically was like a pseudo history invented by one dude who basically part of his idea was that most of history is fake. So in the sense that Greek and Roman civilizations, he posits, didn't happen 2,000 years ago. They happened like a few hundred years ago. So he compresses all of history into a few hundred years, which is kind of funny. Like the guy's basically like, yeah, that's too much history to learn. I think history all happened in like the last 500 years.
That's crazy. What does he think? Why does he think? Why does he think some time periods have more information than the others?
I don't know really. I didn't think
Does he just think
deeply
more's
into
happening?
just his. I think he basically his idea is that they stretched out a bunch of time on purpose to establish like Western dominance in history in order to like cement like Western culture as like the main thing, right?
Okay.
So he claims that, like, for example, like Greece and Rome and Egypt all happened in like the Middle Ages, and another thing, he said that all Chinese and Arabic history is fake and was made up by Jesuits.
Why? What does he think happened then?
Nothing. None of it. Nothing happened. Like there's
it's just
nothing.
like fake fanfic.
Yes.
So what were they doing?
Genghis Khan.
Or they don't exist.
So what actually happened was that Genghis Khan was a Russian man in the 1700s who basically took over everything, and so he claims all of Genghis Khan's gains should be under Russia as well, which is very funny. So yeah, he's kind of insane. He basically if you work backwards from Russia is entitled to own half the world, why doesn't it own half the world? And then you create a new historical chronology that explains how a bunch of shit was faked in order to trick people into thinking Russia didn't deserve to own half the world. That's basically the foundation of his history, and then he just says whatever shit is required in order to make that true.
Okay.
Again, he like 1945 Stalinist Russia.
And I think is the only thing that you need is like some sort of like vaguely Russian looking thing in other countries.
Yes, that's a big part of it. All you need really is this map. So that was the starting point of Tartaria. Okay. Then, because it got really popular on like Russian forums and Russian propaganda is pretty good at spreading into the West, we ended up with some new forms of the myth. And they started to become a little bit more deep in the New Age sort of free energy stuff. So the Star Forts thing was not super important in the original Tartaria. You can think of that as like phase 1 of Tartaria, is the Russian conspiracy from the 1940s. Now we come to the next stage. So if you go to the next slide, I'll put another piece of little boop. Now we come to the real shit.
What is this?
So basically, the Tartarian myth is based on the Tartarian civilization is based on the idea that most of these like incredible buildings are actually mostly buried. They love the Easter Island heads.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's because that's a perfect example, right?
Yeah, so they think that happened, but for everything. So like the Taj Mahal, like the Empire State, but whatever, like all of these grand buildings basically were massively buried by a giga mud flood. Like we only see the top 20% of a lot of these buildings. Which is super cool. I mean, like if you think about it, a lot of these buildings
that is true for a lot of cities, isn't it?
Kind
Were we talking about this
there
last time? The idea that there's cities underneath cities. Or was I talking to someone else?
When Stardream Girl came on and talked to us about Tartaria, we were talking about how cities build on top of themselves.
Yes, yeah.
So, I think it's pretty. It's great. You know, you can understand why people believe this because you look at a lot of, look at the White House. That shit's got fucking bunkers and tunnels for days. You know.
Yep.
So
you look at Palestine. Oh.
yeah. If Hamas are building underground civilizations,
ancient Jerusalem, of course, that's part of Tartaria.
Ancient Jerusalem, yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful country.
Because think about it. Think what it looks like before. You go to Quran. You go to Saudi. You go look at Mecca. The box is just the tip.
That makes. Oh my god! What is the box that the tip of?
It's a bigger box. It's like a pyramid.
It's just the It's just the point.
You
of
ever
a really massive pyramid.
You ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah. Well, it's just a mega monolith.
Yeah.
Half buried. Yeah.
It's there for miles.
I've got some more holiday picks here if you want to throw them on.
You went all over the place, dude. Okay.
I did, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just reshuffling. I'm just shuffling things around. So this is, I can't remember where this is, but again, these are buildings that are like half buried in the mud. You see doors and windows. Like, why would you build a door that's halfway in the mud? You wouldn't.
That's so true.
It's a mud flood.
It's like, oh my god, you know what it's like? It's like, have you ever seen Twilight? What? You know how like Edward has a door out of his second-story bedroom that he just jumps out of?
Wait, what? No, I don't remember that at all.
Do you not know
crazy.
This? It's like a big detail in the fucking movie where he has a...
Every time I hear about shit from Twilight, I realize I need to rewatch them and appreciate them more because that sounds.
Chad knows what I'm talking about. He has a door in his bedroom that is on the second story, and he just jumps out of it, and it's because he can like fly or whatever the fuck. I mean, he can't fly. He's got like early Superman rules, so he can just jump really far.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
he's got big ups. He's got.
But it makes more sense because they're vampires, Tartaria.
It's just.
They knew the flood was coming, and therefore they build the doors up high.
Yeah, why didn't the elites build at anything above mud level? Curious.
They did. That's why all these buildings are above it.
Oh shit, you're right. That's why they built the White House on top of a mountain.
Exactly.
So the lizard people would be safe.
Like Mount Rushmore, their whole bodies are there?
You've got buddies in the White House?
What?
What?
What do you think I just said?
I don't know, dude.
I really don't listen to me. I have to remind you.
It's not just that. I have terrible food poisoning. I hope you remember that I'm literally very poisoned, and I have been for 3 days. Yes, dude. I'm like feverish.
I said Mount Rushmore. Their whole bodies are underneath that.
I don't know what's going on. I maybe it's just because I'm ill, but I've stopped being able to write or listen. It's really bad. Like something happened. I keep writing really badly.
I've seen your blog, and I've
no, that's not true. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. Oh, okay. I'm the exact same I've always been. I'm not getting worse, and I'm actually only ever getting better. You're right. I agree. I remember this. True. Okay. I've got more picks. I've got more picks. Whoa.
Whoa.
We've got another one.
Ooh.
Look at that one. Look at the excavation on that. That's some fucking hardcore shit, dude. Look at that.
That's true. Who built the London Underground? That's so true. Must always be.
Yeah, it's literally like this. This makes no sense. Like, why were all the... Do you see those windows though? Look, the windows are all there. Like, this is crazy. Why would they build it so deep?
Pinhole
why
windows.
Would they... Well, I mean, people were smaller back then.
They were. Those were doors, actually.
Does the mud flood make things worse or better? It basically destroyed the Tartarian civilization. So yeah, although I don't know how it came across the channel.
Why mud?
That's a little iffy.
Why not lava or something?
Because everything was buried in mud. So I guess that's why they're like. Yeah,
what about things when they're buried in stone? I don't know about Europe, but in America, all our cities mysteriously had a bunch of floods, fires, and earthquakes. I think you'll find that still happens to America.
Yeah, well, the reason in the 1880s, yeah, so that happened a lot, and it's because they build cities in places with geological formations that are, somewhat unique to massive, stable plains of land.
They build cities in places where the Native Americans were like, don't build there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's actually part of it.
It's
but another part is that
our
if you build on the coast,
birthing ground. Surely you will not build on that. You know?
Yeah.
Because they understand the white man will not understand that structural integrity is a big part of building in a structure.
They're like, that land's cursed, and what they really mean is anything you build on that will fall over.
Yeah, will fall over. Yep.
Yeah,
literally,
awesome.
though, that probably is literally what that means.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
That was the same with.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, give me a second.
Oh.
It's the same thing with with fucking fairies, isn't it? You know, that was the old English and Scottish myth of fairies. When a house would fall down in the night, or when you couldn't build on a place, instead of having a real excuse, they'd be like, "Oh, it was fairies."
It was the fairies. I'm not an idiot. It was the fairies. Okay, there we go. What? No, go back one. Go back one.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Well, because we're rating Tartaria now, so I just want to sweep all the crap off the page so we can. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we've got all our information here. So in terms of feasibility, what do we think?
That is one consonant, very low, right? Very low.
I guess so. Yeah, it's kind of weird that like basically. Low. So the fact that it's okay. So I think honestly, sorry, Stardream Girl, we're putting this at a feasibility of I think 2, because like it's just. I see a lot of buildings that are half buried, but like we know that cities like to build on top of themselves. Like the Troy is a classic example. Yeah, things sink, but also shit goes up. Troy built on top of itself like 10 times. Yep. Like literally, they're famous for it. So I don't know. It's pretty common in human history to just keep building on top of your old shit. There's a lot of there's catacombs in fucking Paris. There's like tunnel systems in London. Like. There's old sewage systems, there's old train tunnels. Like, in 30 years, people are going to find old tube stations. And they're going to be like, what the fuck? This is crazy. What
still find tube stations in London? That's actually a real thing.
That's awesome. I've seen that. I saw one of those
like 5-10 years where's this from? A hidden... Because they used to build hidden train stations back in the day.
Oh yeah, cool. What, for like military transport and shit?
Yeah, or secret ops or company ones, because there were a lot of private companies. You know, because before they were all nationalized, or well, in quotations, nationalized under Transport for London.
Yeah,
it was independent contractors that built independent lines and stuff like that.
That's so funny. So two companies just like, we should get a train
and that's not even to begin to talk about like the postal underground, which is mostly lost because it wasn't charted the same way.
That's sick. I didn't realize we lost so much of the postal underground. That's so cool.
Yeah, and maintenance underground as well. So much of that was closed and stuff.
That's awesome. So yeah, like people have loved digging and having shit underground for a very long time. I think there's lots of very reasonable explanations.
It always comes back to digging, isn't it?
We love a bit of digging. Fascistiness.
Very high, because it's all about territory control. It's about the divine right to a land.
Unfortunately, pretty much all of the vibes of this are based in a fascist ideology. So it's not really, it wasn't even like Plato-fascism. It was like, literally, we are entitled to this land because we're Russians and Russians ruled the world. It rewrites all of history, which fascists love. I'm going to put that in 8. That's pretty high up.
Influentiality? Not very high, I don't think.
You know, I would say 4, but I'm going to give it, it's on the rise. It's going up. Right?
Yes,
like it's increasing year by year. So we'll give it. It's on a trend.
4 plus N.
4 plus N. Okay. Yep. Fucking quanting my sheet.
Yep.
Okay. Nicolas Cage,
low, but as an Indiana Jones movie, would slap as hard as it possibly could.
See, it's funny you say that because I would almost rate Indiana Jones feasibility and Nicolas Cage quotient nearly identically for almost anything.
Well,
anything that makes it good.
Literally all the Indiana Jones movies were Nazi theories, but true.
Yeah.
And the Nazis were just bad they just like hated the Nazis. So Holy Grail,
you know what?
Ark of the Covenant.
This has no Nazi involvement. Tartaria has almost no Nazi involvement.
Well, the counter to this is the 4th Indiana Jones movie. That's the Russians, and they find aliens, and aliens have made the pyramids.
Yeah, but there's no aliens in this mythology either. No one talks about Tartarian aliens.
Yeah.
We'll get to the
I
aliens
don't know. A globetrotting adventure is very Indiana Jones. That's all I'm saying.
But what I feel like this feels more Da Vinci Code to me. This feels a bit more grounded, right? Buried in a mudflood feels a bit more grounded.
Also, Da Vinci Code is not Nicolas Cage.
No, but it's a Nicolas Cage vibe. You know, it's like it's. I think.
No, you're
I think
thinking
I
of
would,
National
I would bundle
Treasure,
it.
which is specifically American.
I know, but you can see why I picked Nicolas Cage for that.
If we're just saying, if Nicolas Cage content
Can we
is
go
just
7?
movie logic, then yes, it's a good 7.
Okay, a good 7, fine. Would we
It's a good
get
conspiracy.
in?
No.
You don't think so? Well, we're not Russian.
Nope, no Russian.
Oh,
We're not even part of classic
we-
Tartaria.
I've got an Italian wife, and there's a lot of Italy in Tartaria.
Yep, so you wouldn't be.
Why? My wife could get me in.
Nope. No, she wouldn't. She'd have to abandon you.
You're right. Okay, so basically, Ladybug would.
Yep.
That's a shame. God
Yeah.
damn it! The Italian fascists always win. Smug, you're Bosnian, not white enough to be allowed. Yeah, you're right. The Muslimness also gets in my way. Shit. Okay. We have a little addendum. Okay.
Okay,
to
okay.
Tartaria. A little special extra. Star forts.
What?
So these are real. Star forts are 100% real. Okay, they do exist. They
Okay.
do look like this. This is a real thing. Okay. All right. So now star forts have been around for 10 million years. Far before
Alright.
humans ever existed, obviously. They are kind of also just sort of scattered around the entire world, mostly in Eurasia, mostly in Europe. But there's a few dotted about the world. Now, most lying historicucks will say that the reason that these exist is because diagonals are very good for defending against cannons. But real understanders recognize that these are all part of a free energy grid channeling mysterious powers from deep within the earth.
Ooh, the chi.
Yeah.
Or vril.
Exactly. Now, the question is, how did people outside of Europe, you know, non-whites, even build these? It would have been impossible. They didn't have the technology because they weren't white.
Yeah, they didn't understand triangles.
Again, yeah, exactly. So, obviously, they can't be shaped like a star unless they're magical, so that's a big one. Apparently, Nikola Tesla has some like mild involvement with these. I couldn't quite piece
Okay.
together, but he kept coming up
No.
randomly. So there's this theory that Nikola Tesla came up with a free energy solution that was then
Oh,
suppressed
yes, he was
by
killed
Edison.
for it. Yes, yeah.
Yes, very popular meme. But he's also the geothermal energy.
But
maybe.
he didn't come up with it. He just discovered blueprints from.
I think
Tartaria.
basically what I get is that he seems to have channeled Starfort shit into what would Starforts do? Basically, they channel energy. So the stars, the points,
Do they link to each other?
Yes, yeah. So the idea is the stars, they all link to each other. These would be ley lines. So
Uh-huh.
these are like power centers, and then these ley lines will go zoop across the world to another
Oh, that
star
one's
fort.
hitting me.
And it's like a
Or the fish.
you're getting
It's
ley
powering
lined
the
right now.
DJ
You're
set.
getting
Oh,
laid.
fuck.
That's true. There you go. Yeah, there you are. Look at this crowd. Yeah, the crowd's fucking
Yeah,
pumping.
crowd's
They're bopping.
Bumping, dude. Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep,
If you want to add to the party, then we should let the
Drop us
crowd
some
do
acid.
LSD at some point. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
drop us some acid. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. So yeah, Star Forts are pretty fun, pretty cool. Now they are heavily connected to a bunch of these conspiracies, right? So it's not just Tartaria. They're connected to Agartha, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, that's.
They're
I
connected
know
to
too much about that.
Lemuria.
The booby?
Yeah. So they may also be connected to Labubu. That is super possible.
Oh my god.
It is not unfeasible. It is not unfeasible.
Whoa.
But yeah, now what some people like to say is that these have existed for millions of years, and they were repurposed as military fortresses. So humans discovered them, and they were like, "Oh, this would be a sick base," and then they like built a base inside it, essentially.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a sick base. Let's be honest.
It does look fucking cool. It looks cool as shit.
It's
dude.
kind of fucking
Very, very
awesome.
Yeah.
The Blue is a rip-off of
now-
that Russian character. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. The little
So they
stop
say the
motion.
idea came from Italians and French in the 1600s. Well, okay, so the historicucks say that the Italians and the French understood engineering and realized that if you build a star kind of diagonal base, not only are you way better at absorbing cannonballs because there's no way to hit it without a glancing blow, but also because if you think about it, because they're diagonal in two directions, if you shoot a cannonball from the ground, it will glance up and off of it, and if you try and shoot it from like a point on, it'll just glance off and off of it. So like, there's no way to shoot it without except from
Unless
the
you do
air,
an awesome
basically.
trick shot.
Yeah, without a trick shot, you're basically not able to shoot through the walls. They're built on ramparts, so it's kind of hard to like get a cannonball into the actual base itself. They were the original name for these, by the way, is a Vauban style fortification, because it was created in Renaissance Italy, and then basically it got adopted globally because the colonists going about all over the world were like, well, this is a really good base against cannibals, so if we want to protect against like pirates and shit, we'll just build it. You live in a Starfort city? That's super cool. We have records of their construction. We have construction records
in Scotland.
We have maps. There are military treaties that still apply today that include Starforts in the descriptions, where they're just like, yeah, also like you get to keep this cool base. Basically, this conspiracy kind of only makes sense if you've completely rejected all historicism from the ground up, which is why I think it's quite popular with Tartaria, because it basically, these ones only really make sense
Fort
if you've
George
decided
in
all medieval
Scotland
history
is a
fake.
star fort. It's on the
Is
end of
it?
a peninsula.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Built in the 18th century,
Who built it? 'Cause
1748.
Colonial
It was made by
empires
the
basically built them all over the
Jacobites.
place. But that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. Now I think it wasn't until like yeah, I guess my question is like, what's impossible about a star-shaped building? You know, like you look at this and you're like, yeah, a fucking Egyptian.
I think it's just because it's
2000 years
also
ago
like
built
hard
that.
to make. I think that's what it is.
They're not that hard to make, actually. They're legitimately not that hard to make. Like, they were invented 500 years ago. They're not that hard to make. It's just building it in the shape of a star. You just follow some maths. They had maths. They had maths.
Whoa.
They did maths and they had maths. Yeah. A big reason that people say that these aren't real, of course, is that they say that it was impossible for indigenous people to have built them because they were too stupid and only white people could have built them. So we do get a little aspect of that in this one as well. It's a classic. Indigenous people didn't know what you know what? I feel like fascists sometimes self-report a little bit when they look at something like this and they're like, "Whoa, that's so complicated. How could anyone have come up with that?" And I'm like, "It's a fucking star, bro. Like, what do you mean? It's just got a few points.
There's just a couple triangles.
You look at that.
That's what I mean. You just draw a couple triangles.
It's not a mechanism. It's just the shape of a building. These are not that impressive. They're cool looking. They look cool.
I bet
like,
you if you check, they're not perfect stars either.
Yeah, exactly. They're probably a bit sloppy up close. Yeah, it's a polygon, guys. It's a polygon. It's not that crazy. It's not that deep. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I can see why they look like big, like, Protoss buildings. You know, they look like buttons. You know,
Yeah,
they
definitely look cool.
They do look cool. They look sick as hell. They look sick as hell, dude. They look sick as hell, dude.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
brain white
right.
man move rocking pattern. Yeah.
Yeah,
only a
You
white
entertain
man
the
could have built
chat.
this.
I need a pee. I'll be back. I got a pee in a
Okay. All right.
Gartha, dude.
Well, then chat. I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help figuring out the feasibility. So the star forts, are they historical centers of free energy? What's the feasibility of that? I'm gonna say no. One. I mean, it's just like, there's just so much good documentation. It's so reasonable. Like, you could build this in your garden. You know what I mean? Kind of looks like a command and conquer. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, one. I think, I just like, you know what? Here's the thing. I think a good conspiracy is both unfalsifiable and explains something that cannot otherwise be explained in a satisfying way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a good conspiracy, alien ones. Okay, cool. One's in the chat. Nice. How do we feel about the fascistiness, guys? There's a bit of the colonization stuff. I'm gonna say this feels like a 3 or 4 to me. It's not nothing. Is the Statue of Liberty on a star fort? Maybe. I don't know. Could be. I haven't checked. It's possible. It's definitely possible. 4? Very fashionable shapes, yeah. Okay, I feel good about a 4 on the fascistiness. Influentiality. So this is interesting because I think the Starfort thing is again becoming more popular. I'm gonna say, because I've seen Starforts referenced in like 4 different conspiracies, I feel good about putting this at a 6. I feel like it's more influential than Tartaria.
Them twice?
Well, no, well, this is the thing. I'm actually doing Starforts separately because I was just mentioning this. Starforts are involved in 4 of these. So actually, Starforts kind of cross a lot of. It's like
there's a lot of crossover.
Starforts is one of those things. So that's why I added a bit more a bit more influentiality, because actually they've been, they've been mentioned in almost every conspiracy I've seen except Atlantis. Essentially, they're very, very popular. It's just a cool star, you know. Like I don't really know what more to say about it. Like it's like if you engage any part of your brain that's about critical thinking, I think you'll probably look at it and go,
Is
yeah,
that why
that's
you're
just
using
like a
the
military
Star
fort.
Dream Girl, Star Dream Girl, because of star forts? You've been dreaming of them,
Oh,
and you're
sick!
a girl.
Oh, you're right. Ooh.
Ooh.
Maybe.
A starseed?
A starseed,
I'm a Lycarian starseed.
Nicolas Cage quotient.
Yeah, they're good. They're high.
I think so. I don't know if it would be a mystical thing, but I can
they're
imagine
in
him like
one
in
of
a
the
movie.
fucking comic book movies. I think they're in the Doctor Strange.
Really? Okay. Yeah, let's give it. I'll give it an 8. I'm pretty happy with that. 7.5. It would be one
78,
location.
dude. You almost give it a 78.
Jesus. It's one location in a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, well, no, they might visit multiple star bases.
Maybe, yeah, but
They
yeah,
take some
right.
space.
Would
you know?
Would we get in?
It reminds me of Fifth Element
dude.
shit, you know?
You would actually.
Why
you would
would
actually
we
get
get in?
We could just
No, we wouldn't. They're fucking
museum,
impossible
dude.
to see.
Museum. No, yeah.
Think
Yes,
about
but
Think
most
about
of them,
it, dude.
Most of them
How are
museums
you
now,
getting
dude.
into a Starforge?
With a fucking bunker buster, bro? Cannonballs are kind of out.
Oh, you fucking no, yeah, but it's us. It's would we get in?
Oh, parachutes. We could do parachutes.
How?
Hot air balloon,
No,
bro. We can fly now.
we die.
They couldn't fly
Do
before.
you know how small we are?
Bro, hot air balloon.
We're not getting in. It's a fucking castle.
I'm
Hot air
saying all
balloon?
of
You're
the
landing a
odds.
hot air balloon? They'll fucking take you out from the sky, dude.
With what, dude? The cannons don't even go up.
This is
You know the
2025.
I'm just gonna. Oh, so they get guns and we don't?
Yeah, of course. They're a fort. Most of them are active military bases.
No, they're not. Most of them are not active. Most of them are
Yes,
fucking
they fucking are.
museums,
Look
bro.
into them. The one in Scotland's an active
What?
military base.
I 100% know that there's some.
Star
there's ones
Star
you
Dream
just go
Girl,
visit.
you gotta answer this. We'll take a Star Dream Girl's word. She's
There's
the
a bunch
deciding
of. There's
factor.
one in the Netherlands. There's some in Italy. There's some in the Netherlands. You can visit half of them. Half of them are just museums, bro.
Yeah, and half of them you can't.
Okay, so hot air balloon, 50-50.
No.
I'm calling it 50-50
No.
hot air balloon.
No
Final
way.
answer, 50-50 hot air balloon.
0% chance.
What do you mean?
No chance.
What?
Oh, you know how to fly a hot air balloon?
I do actually, yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
You pull the thing and it goes.
That's literally not true, dude. That's literally a lie. Let chat.
Yeah, it
One's
makes
the
like
chat if he's
fireballs.
lying. Salt's in chat if he's lying.
Battle bus. All right, next slide. We're moving on.
Unbelievable. Oh yeah, Smug might be able to get in with his snail slime. That's a good point, actually.
50-50. Yeah, maybe you're right. 1? Fuck you. Stop salting the animals.
You always fly with nitrous balloon?
Pay for
Dude, I'd
fucking
be
acid.
huffing those balloons if I learned anything.
Yeah, that's the only problem, is that if I try and make a hot air balloon, he'll just half.
Yeah, why do you think they're building ley lines? That's a good point. There's energies here we don't
They're all
know what we're
connected.
dealing with. I can't speak for you guys over
can't
there,
speak
but
for
they
you guys
certainly
over there.
aren't in America. That's because America's cucked and will die in the energy wars.
Nope. There's a couple.
Yeah, but they are military bases.
Fort Trumbull in New London.
New London?
Yeah.
Bruh, the old one
Well,
sucks.
yeah, obviously they. Yeah, it looks like a star fort. Yeah, this is a star fort. Hell yeah.
Is
dude.
it an active
They're a
military
bit-
base?
They're not as cool looking. They're definitely not as cool looking. I mean, you know what? The Pentagon's a fucking star fort. Let's not
Yeah,
lie.
that's true.
Yeah, check it out. Look at that.
What? Ah! Ooh, what's the... That's the Pentagon, did you
It's
say?
not. No, this is the star fort. This is built in the same way. Like those points are there to deflect, to remove blind spots and deflect cannonballs. So yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah.
They're not that big though. Americans didn't. Yeah, they didn't build that many things. Well, because by the time they were like done building this shit, I mean, cannons were kind of out of vogue, you know.
Yeah, they're so uncool.
Yeah, pretty lame. pretty ugly. Notice
Right,
how the points are facing the sea as well, right? Like they're expecting like assault from the sea.
Yeah, everyone expects salt from the sea. What are you talking about, dude? Next one?
You're an idiot. I hate you. Yep.
Agarth?
Woo!
You're missing an A there, dude.
Oh, I shouldn't be. Wait, what?
Oh no, it's underneath. It's the text box. You need to stretch the text box.
That's really weird. It looks good on mine and bad on yours. That's weird. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, dude, it's what's it called? HDR.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Agartha. Right. So this Agartha has always existed. It's prehistoric, and it is, of course, a civilization built inside the Hollow Earth. You also have to consider there's a lot of undocumented star forts they don't tell you about because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Wouldn't you?
And which narrative would that be?
See them?
Wait, which star fort doesn't fit the narrative? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, which one doesn't?
Well, yeah. First of all, which narrative and why?
I can't think of anywhere in the world where I wouldn't want a star fort to defend against cannons during the era that cannons were a big deal. Like, if you told me I could, like, where is a star fort that doesn't make sense based on the narrative of we don't want to die to cannon fire, please? The Pentagon was breached by a commercial airline. True. If the Pentagon was more star-like, it would have deflected the plane and bounced it back up into the air.
Ooh.
Oh, Lily's also been to a star fort.
What? How'd you know that?
Because Lily sent me a picture of the star fort she went to. Check it out. Also a bit shit.
This one sucks.
Yeah, that's a garbage one.
No offense.
Shit star fort. Yeah, Americans don't know how to build star forts. I guess white civilization didn't make it over to America. Very sad. Right, Agartha. It has always existed. Agartha has always existed. It's prehistoric. It's location in the Hollow Earth, obviously. Agartha is a legendary hidden kingdom located inside the Earth, typically accessed through tunnels at the poles, cave systems, or sacred mountains.
And you can only get in via UFO.
Oh, sick.
Do you not know
actually,
this? So Agartha is your theory. It's your theory for when you don't believe there's aliens or anything out there. So UFOs have to be man-made. Why were they made? To get to Agartha. We don't have the technology to get down those tunnels because they're so deep. Which is why it's important to find UFOs, and it's why the government collects them.
That makes sense. Do you have pictures of the OG UFOs? Because I found pictures of the first Agarthan UFOs.
No, I don't have that.
They're very cool. Oh, okay, I got a Polaroid of it. Like, I'll show you in a minute.
Yeah,
so on this map, there's some weird things though. Like, obviously we've got Agartha here, but there's also a weird country called Samerica and Namerica. Ooh. And I feel like these are lost civilizations as well. So it's a little strange. I find that one's a little odd. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. So, obviously it's hollow, but it's actually like a vast realm. It's basically like its own little, like solar system.
Girls answered. In America, they say they built them for either civil war or fighting the Brits. But there's one in Point Disappointment in WA State. It's covered up by forest now. The timeline doesn't line up. Like, yeah, the Brits are coming by the Pacific.
Wait, what? Point Disappointment Star Fort? Is it called Fort Canby? Well, it's on. Wait, this is a river. It's literally, it's like defending an actual river. Like, yeah, rivers are kind of important. Like, look, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm looking. Okay, wait. I can see. Okay, hold on 1 second. So I'll put a picture on the. slide.
Nice.
So this is where Fort Canby is, and as you can see, it is defending the mouth of the Columbia River from the ocean, which is like kind of an important ingress point.
Why would it be there, indeed?
Like, this is literally exactly where you put a fort. Listen, Stardream Girl, I'm gonna explain the reason that you got this wrong, and it's because you have not spent 2,000 autistic hours playing Civilization or other kinds of territory painter games where you realize that the mouth of a river is like a critical point to build a fort. Otherwise people will fuck your supply lines up. You're screwed. So this isn't just for that, it's also for pirates, I think. I think probably piracy is another reason to like have forts set up here. Cape Disappointment. Okay, is this not Cape Disappointment? I looked it up and it said that the fort is called Fort Canby. Cape Disappointment. Oh, Cape Disappointment. Okay, alright. Oh no!
How dare you?
My map. There you go.
Should we talk about Argata?
I'm excited. I'm still excited about Star Forts, but you're right. You know what? Maybe we'll have her on later and we can figure this out together. Okay, Agartha, in the meantime. So now Agartha is populated by advanced, enlightened beings. Sometimes it's like a spiritual paradise that is helping guide humanity from below. Sometimes it's like a super scientific civilization, which sounds like yours, the UFO one. Like they've just invented UFOs. And so
okay, I have counterintelligence actually.
Oh really? Well, there's many versions of this. So
well,
let's hear
the Agartha I've been led to believe is the lost city of India, and it's inhabited by the Aryans.
So Shambhala?
No, it's another lost city called Agartha.
Oh, because I've heard people say, well, Agartha is the name of the region, but I've heard people say the city of Shambhala. In fact, the hidden king of the world, who is the king of Agartha, is, I believe, the king of Shambhala. So they say that Shambhala is inside Agartha. Agartha is the Hollow Earth, and Shambhala is the city
Aryans,
of the capital.
Importantly, they're white.
Yes. Sometimes they're Aryan. They're always Aryan, but sometimes they're super scientific. Sometimes they're spiritual psychics.
And they come and visit us in UFOs, and they're the ones checking up on us.
Yes, yeah.
So when we get probed, it's Agartha? Jesus. Agartha.
Yeah.
Are probing us.
Agarthans. Well, interestingly, I saw in both the Atlantis myths and the Lemurian myths, I saw at the end that the devastated civilizations, they were refugees, and they went to Agartha. So Agartha is where the Atlanteans and Lemurians both are. That's
interesting. Sorry, I wanted to sit down.
Yeah. I love that they have a refugee crisis in the mythos. And I guess they're fine with Atlantean refugees. Makes sense. Aryan technocrats, yeah, literally, yeah. It's the European Union headquarters down there, actually.
Oh.
Now, Wiz, unfortunately, in terms of the cataclysm that ended Agartha, there was no cataclysm. They sealed themselves off to avoid the moral decay of the outside world.
Yep.
Human civilization was too driven by ego and lust and terrible moral degeneracy, so they ended up shutting it down.
Unless you got a UFO and you're going to fly through the deep tunnels in Antarctica.
Yep, and the only people who get UFOs are the billionaire pedophiles. Hell yeah.
Yep, or the US government that shoot them down and rebuild them, you know?
Yep.
Which is what happened with Roswell.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, where else would that UFO be? The aliens aren't real.
I see, so they knocked it down and then they rebuilt it. All right.
Yep. And that was first contact after a couple of times.
So in terms of evidence... Okay. So in terms of evidence, other than the UFO, which is pretty strong, as you'd expect, there's a bunch of mythology about grand underground civilizations. You've got the Greek underworld, Hades.
Yep.
You've got Patala in Hinduism.
Classic.
You've got Shambhala.
Classic.
So yeah, all these religions can't be wrong at the same time. That just seems unfeasible. So that's a pretty big...
Yeah, that's not on the card.
And also, I'm not gonna lie, this is the one that does convince me a little bit.
Okay.
We can't get through the fucking crust, dude. We know nothing. We actually know nothing.
Well, apart from the big tunnels in Antarctica that are theorized to go as deep as that. It's the deepest tunnels in the world. They're unexplored.
Oh, really? I didn't know about those. Antarctica tunnels? Are those real?
I don't know, but I think the Nazis thought they were.
That's not real. There's not an actual tunnel system.
The Nazis thought they were, because that's why they wanted to explore.
A massive cavern underneath a West Antarctic glacier. What?
And they think it leads to
Oh, it's real! Meltwater tunnels. Oh, shit.
But we don't have the ability, we don't have the technology to traverse them.
Okay, so normal scientists are excited about them because there's potentially
That's why there was a Nazi UFO program.
to get to Agartha through the Antarctic ice sheets. Tunnels as tall as the Eiffel Tower. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
not
what I mean.
that tall, actually.
Well,
that's not that tall.
For a Nazi, that's huge.
I guess so.
You know?
But like,
you're a
if
Nazi,
you look at
that's the tallest building you've ever seen. It's 1940s.
The reason I'm kind of okay with this conspiracy is that if you look at the deepest we've ever drilled, it's pretty unimpressive. Like if you know what, I'll drop a.
And even then, we just put a thing down there. You know, we didn't go down there.
Yeah, we just put a tiny drop, right? Like we literally have no way.
Yep.
Like we've barely even dug deeper than the Mariana Trench. Like that's it. So honestly, the fact that we just send radio waves and we know about continental drift, and you know, there's a lot of good reasons to think that we're sitting on a ball of magma. I'm not gonna lie, this is the one that I'd be most okay. If you were like, gun to my head, you have to believe one conspiracy, I'd be like, yeah, there's a lost civilization.
I can't believe there's a fucking Kola borehole. Who came up with that name? Was it Elon?
It was the Russians. Classic.
Did you ever see my Kola borehole? It's super deep.
Hold on, there's a real scientific article that came out recently saying the Earth is filled with hollow pockets all over the globe. Globe in quotation marks I see there. Excellent. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the flat Earth has holes
I do believe there's caves. I think I've known there's been caves for a while.
I've also heard about these caves that you speak of, but
I'm glad science has proved they're real. It's a relief.
I was getting worried because I fell in one once. I got stuck. I got stuck in a cave once.
And then
when
bats
I was like 10.
came out and you became Batman?
Nope, didn't become Batman. Just became scared of bats.
Oh.
Opposite, actually.
That's a shame.
Part of the reason we don't go deeper is the heat. Yeah, it gets real hot down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, which again, I feel like is just energy runoff from the civilization of
well, it's ley lines. It just means you've tapped into a ley line.
No, you've tapped into a ley line. That makes sense.
You know, there's basic science. Really.
Agartha is most associated with Australia. They've got the song going, "I come from a land down under."
That's true.
Dispel, I don't know why your stream hasn't popped off, but any day now, I'm sure.
Well, I know. It's because he doesn't stream.
Oh yeah, maybe you should fucking stream, motherfucker. What the hell, dude? I sat down with you for a fucking book club. You had every chance to be successful. Cute Accelerationism episode 1, that was a banger. What the hell happened, dude? All right. Next slide. I have some more evidence.
You mean next page in the notes?
Just throw it here. Here's a Polaroid. So that's a picture.
That's a nice pic.
That's a picture of Shambhala inside Agartha. Yep, took that while I was ley lining in my dreams.
That's nice.
Took that. Yeah, I thought it was quite pretty. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the only way you can get there is by astral projection. That's like a very common thing.
I didn't hear about that. I know that's true for Lemuria, which we're going to look at in a minute.
Okay.
But I've got another pic if you want to throw that down. So this is the Vimana.
Oh, what's this?
These are the OG UFOs. These are the first ones that we ever saw.
Oh, right. Okay, classic.
So this is what they used to fly. The Indians or I think Hinduism mentions these flying machines.
Okay.
In their mythology.
Did you ever watch Pokemon, the second Pokemon movie?
You know, I have seen this thing before, and it must have been from that then.
Okay, I want to see if I can find a picture of this, and I'll send it to you if I can. So Pokemon.
What was the movie called?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Pokemon, it's called Pokemon the movie. Yes, the Flying Palace. Get a picture up right now and tell me that's not this.
Oh, got it.
Flying Palace Pokemon. Try and tell me that's not a Vimana.
Oh my god, you're right. That's so sick looking. Man, they don't really have any close-up shots of it, but here we go.
Yeah, I got a few of them.
Boom. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's in Pokemon.
Yeah, literally. How cool is that? It looks like a fucking Biological, actually. It's got the little...
It looks, I will say, having watched this movie recently, it looks really fucking out of place in the movie.
Yeah, it looks very CGI, which seems a bit odd, I guess.
Well, just aesthetically as well, because it's so detailed, and nothing in Pokemon is like this.
Yeah, very, very odd vibes. Yeah, I honestly, if they did it more like very strange. Those
all around weird. All around weird.
Laputa, the City in the Sky. Yes. Oh my god, that's one of my Castle in the Sky is one of my favorites. Obviously, my favorite is obviously Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh.
No.
I like the
Kiki's
little
delivery
incel
service makes me-
Batman. He's cool.
What, in-house, moving castle?
Yeah, he's an incel bat guy.
Oh, I guess you're right.
He's like, why don't
I
girls
I
like me? Ah! He turns into a fucking
like
horrible
the-
thing.
Oh god, I like the family ones. I like Spirited Away. Kiki's Delivery Service. It was my childhood. I
Nothing
love
fucking.
that.
Do you know what I watched? My Neighbor Totoro. Nothing fucking happens in that movie.
Yeah, it's that's because it's a vibes movie. You don't. It's about growing up and finding and like losing a little bit of your magic and stuff. Like yeah. You might like if you didn't like Totoro but you want vibes that will work better in your decrepit old age. Ponyo is probably a better fit for you.
Whoa.
Ponyo's pretty good.
Seen that
It's
one.
like it's in the it's the newer generation. Like it's not actually well, it was definitely still by Miyazaki, but like you know, it's not like in his classical.
It's not a classic, yeah.
grouping. Spirited Away is great. Yeah, but Ponyo's great. I love Ponyo.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's the Vimana. Very cool. I've got another fun picture. It's actually of this is a self-portrait. It's me and the boys.
Oh, nice.
This
You're
is
the dog?
This is me and the boys.
Oh.
Yeah, this is me and the boys in Tibet in 1939. This specifically is the German expedition to Tibet in 1939. The 1939 German expedition to Tibet under the German zoologist SS officer Ernst Schaefer.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so he was part of the Reichsführer SS, of course. Heinrich Himmler wanted to use the reputation of Nazi scientist Ernst... what was his name again? Ernst Schaefer for Nazi propaganda. Schaefer had a couple of very successful trips, first to China and then to Tibet. And eventually...
Would you say he had a couple closed Schaefers?
Very good. Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was an Ernst attempt at a joke. Oh, yes.
You did not see that coming?
If you oh, he got me. Ah, very good. Free Palestine. Anyway, that's a neo-Nazi slogan now.
That the Nazis. Oh, sorry, did that upset you?
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that, especially for this. So basically, so Himmler hears about this again. This is the Heinrich Himmler hears about this. And he's like, he sets up a dinner with Schaefer, and he's like, "Hey Schaefer, what is your next plan?"
Hunter Schaefer.
And Schaefer
was there?
decides. Ernst Schaefer, his name was. Idiot. And Schaefer basically said, well, he wants to go back to Tibet, and specifically, he wanted to build out like a new department in the German Research Foundation. And Himmler was like, "Oh, you should go find the lost city of Shambhala and find a path to Agartha." and
nice.
Schaefer was just like, "Well, I want." Well, and Schaefer was like, "Well, I want your money."
Well, I'm
so
a vet.
Sure. Yeah. He basically just was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, I'll go find Shambhala." He just wanted to go back to Tibet and I guess hang out with the boys in Tibet.
Yeah.
So he took Himmler money.
Well, it probably beats getting killed in the war.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I guess that was the alternative. But the reason that Himmler wanted to send him was because he wanted to prove the theory of glacial cosmogony.
Huh? That sounds racist.
Yeah, it definitely is, because it was created by a freak World War I actually German theorist who received the entire theory in a vision and then published it, and that was the extent of his scientific research.
Awesome.
Basically,
They
this is a
wrote
guy.
so
So
many
this is
drugs.
this. Yeah, that was so sick. I just love glacial cosmogony or cosmogony maybe. Basically, so here's the concept. This guy, in the same way that Russian guy really loved Russia and wanted to build an entire theory using Russia as like the basis of all of history, this German guy had the exact same thing, but for Wiz?
The Nepalese.
No.
Oh.
Try again.
The Garthans.
Nope.
Oh.
Ice!
Oh.
He just really loved ice. He thought that the entire universe ran on ice. He said that ice was the basic substance of all cosmic processes, and that the global
Isn't
ether...
it literally the opposite? Cold as
Yes.
decay
The
and
glo-
entropy?
So he said basically the global ether, which is what the universe is made out of, was made of ice and created literally everything in the universe. You can kind of understand where he's coming from because space is cold. So I guess, well, yeah, because he's like,
because it's an
space is cold. Well, but they didn't know that 100 years ago.
How did they know space was cold?
Okay, so basically he thought that the reason that the moon was all rough was because it was made of ice, right? He thought that the whole thing was made of ice.
Awesome.
And he decided that he knew that Newton was wrong because it wouldn't make sense. That he thought that the sun's gravity couldn't possibly extend far enough to influence planets. So he had a theory that the sun's gravitational pull basically stops existing past Neptune. Like, it just ends. Hard stop. No longer relevant. It just has like a hard limit that he decided on. He basically tried to like teach this new theory at a bunch of universities. He kept getting rejected. And then he basically started getting a little bit of clout with the Nazi freaks. They started to become a fan of his theories.
You're like, wow, that's a very cool theory you have there.
Yeah, in my research,
Dude,
I really couldn't
Mr.
figure
Freeze
out.
from Batman?
Oh my god, you're right. He literally was. That's crazy.
That's fucking awesome,
so,
dude.
Here's the issue I have. I did a bit of research. I could not figure out why Heinrich Himmler adopted this theory. As far as I can tell, no real link to fascism. It's just a pet theory that he really liked that he wanted to prove. He was just a fan of this guy. Straight up love of the game. No fascist propaganda required. He just loved this. Yeah, very weird.
Nice. I don't get that.
That was super interesting. Yeah, it makes no sense. What's really funny is that Ernst Schaefer, the Tibetan Nazi guy, basically went to Himmler and was like, "I'll do it if you confirm contractually that you will abide by these 12 conditions to ensure that we have scientific freedom for our expedition." So he was like, "We'll do your conspiracy memes, but you're gonna have to like subscribe to basics of the scientific method if you're gonna if you want us to do anything."
Otherwise they probably would get killed.
I guess so, yeah. So basically, they just did it. They did it for the money. I think that I get the sense that Schaefer was basically fucking around and pretending to be a part of the occult stuff. He seems to have actually been way more interested in, kind of the cultural stuff and like exploring Tibet for like political reasons. Not for political reasons. And then Himmler and Goebbels basically turned it into a big.
Well, it sounds like a perfect way to escape the war.
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of scientists basically going, yeah, this is way better than being in Nazi Germany during Nazi Germany. Satanism.
Well, do you know what they would be doing otherwise?
Yeah, probably experimenting on Jewish people.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Sergeant Girl, do you want to add any other words other than Satanism? just so I understand. Maybe it's just Satanism. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you know what? Actually, you don't need to explain. I agree. I mean,
that's good energy.
100%
energy.
Yeah, that's good. That's powerful. I like it. Yeah. Also, another funny thing. The newspaper that first declared it was called the Woken Press.
Uh-oh.
Literally the woke press.
The woke mob.
The Woken Press. Yeah,
the Woken
press.
mob.
I know, funny. But yeah, basically they just had a fun time in Tibet.
Nice.
I don't think they really discovered anything useful. They just kind of vibed.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, they were there for like 2 years.
You fucking sent a zoologist to fucking Tibet to find a city. Like, what are they expecting?
Yeah.
By ice? What fucking ice? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. He literally I think he just really liked Tibet and Tibetan people, and he wanted to write about their culture.
Yes.
He did write a lot about, like, one thing he was really fascinated by was the sort of Tibetan... No, so one thing they were very interested by was like the Tibetan. Do you know about the brothers sharing wives thing in Tibet?
What?
Do you know about this?
What?
So in Tibet is one of the very few countries in the world where the same wife might have multiple husbands, which is like it's usually the opposite way around. But yeah, there are interesting.
It's because of a shortage of women or something.
I think it's a resource thing. I think you'll marry 2 brothers at the same time for the sake of like additional resources or something like that.
Okay.
And I suppose because they're brothers, there's almost no like genetic competition. There's a very unusual. I remember learning about this in my human sexuality course because it's one of the few cases of like the you know not polygamy polyandry. Yeah, polyandry. Yeah, very odd. Kind of interesting. Yeah, so I guess he was very fascinated by that as well, which makes sense.
Yeah. Right, should we rate this bad boy?
Yeah, go on. Feasibility of Agartha.
Well, there are those tunnels, you know.
I'm actually going to put it at 5. And the reason is because there is a genuine knowledge gap that we don't have like direct perfect evidence of, which is what is in the center of the earth. And so, you know, a conspiracy is as good a theory as any,
proven,
you know?
anything's good.
Yeah, so we can't disprove it. Yeah, because, like, you can send waves, you know, radar waves or whatever, into the ground to, like, learn about shit. But if they're sufficiently advanced, they're just going to send fake waves back that tell you that it's just a big pile of lava. Don't come down here, you know? That's the message I would send up. I'd be like, yeah, don't come down here, dude. It's just lava. It's just bad.
And also you're
just
gay.
Bad. Leave us
That's
alone.
what I'd say.
yeah, they got back a message just like, it's all lava plus you're gay, plus L plus ratio.
Plus you're gay now, and I send the gay beams back up.
Yeah. Why is it? Yeah, exactly. Why does it always get hot when we start digging? Very suspicious. Very curious. Odd that happens. That seems like they're shooting us with lasers.
There's the ley line
like,
force barrier protective shield. That's what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. The Agarthans are like, the monkeys are digging again, and then they just shoot lasers at that part of the world to like heat it up. So we're like, we should stop. Fascistiness. Weirdly enough. I don't know. Weirdly enough, for the one that has a picture of a bunch of Nazis. It's not. They literally, I mean, okay.
It's literally a death cult. They think ice is the power of the universe.
Yeah, but the actual guys who did the research were like, nah, this is stupid. We just want to find out why the Tibetans have so few wives. Like they didn't give a single fuck.
That's true, but Agartha itself is fascist. Even if what the research did focus on different things.
Hidden King of the World, I would put that, but you know, plus fascism. Enlightened beings preventing moral decay by shutting everyone else out. That's pretty fascist. I agree.
Because the Silurians didn't show up in Matt Smith's run. They're a John Pertwee enemy. They reappeared in Matt Smith's run. And a lot of those plot lines are done worse in the Matt Smith era. There I said it.
Yeah, the John Pertwee. I liked the Silurian ones.
The Sea Devils.
That was fun. Sea Devils, yeah, they're great.
Well, the Sea Devils and Silurians are warring factions of ocean dwellers.
There can't be people in the Hollow Earth because it's actually a micro-primordial black hole that God created to generate the Garden of Eden. See, that just sounds silly.
Garden of Eden means there's people there.
Can I go 6.5? I feel like there are non-fascist elements to it. The fact that the Nazis weren't actually obsessed by Agartha specifically, like to that extent, I don't know. You want to go higher, really?
Yeah.
They took in refugees.
They're wearing the uniform.
Well, sure, but yeah, but in Tibet they're vibing. They're literally having a good time in Tibet.
Uniform.
They're just vibing out. Sure, influentiality.
Very low. I hadn't heard of this really.
Yeah. This doesn't really come up. I guess Hollow. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 3 for Jules Verne. You know, Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
I guess there was a good book about it. Nicolas Cage quotient.
Pretty high.
Right?
This is classic Indiana Jones adventure. Fighting Nazis, looking for hidden cities.
Yeah, that's about right. 9. Would we get in?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
The whole point is they don't let people in.
Yeah, we get stopped at the door.
Stopped at the door, baby.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, so this is not actually a viable holiday destination for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Should we go
but you know what might be? Yep. This is Lemuria.
The fuck is this?
So this one's been about since dinosaur times. I can make the map bigger to start with. I'll make the map bigger in a second.
It looks like a body diagram. It looks like your lungs.
So that's actually a map of the planet. We'll dig into the map in a second. So it's a lost continent. An entire continent was lost. This is the biggest thing. This is bigger than Atlantis.
Who's done that?
We'll find out. But basically, this is I refer to it as Mega Atlantis. Basically, it's like what if Atlantis, but an entire continent. So Lemuria is a lost continent said to have existed in the Indian or Pacific Ocean. So it basically covered the
Which
entire
Pacific
fucking
Ocean?
Shut up, dude.
Guys, like the stream. You like my jokes? Like the stream. Thank you.
I do not donate acid for that. Do not give him any more money.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
That was very poor. That was very poor.
What's that? Oh, sorry.
So,
No. Don't be silly. Don't be silly, guys. You don't have to. Oh, guys. Oh, you're making me blush.
God, dude.
Oh, you're making me blush.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Oh,
You're the fucking worst, dude.
Now come on, get
worst,
off,
dude.
get away from me.
You're the actual fucking worst, and I hate you, dude.
Oh no, thanks Zeus.
God. No! No, please!
Oh, you guys.
Don't reward him for that.
Oh, you guys.
Shit.
You're too fucking
Alright,
nice
I'll
to
take a
me.
tab.
Yeah, you got. Oh, I got a tab. I got my
fuck
tab queued up, dude.
Alright, you ready?
I got my tab, my acid queued up. I got my acid queued up. Are you ready for the acid?
I'm ready. Go for it. Alright. Oh, what's hitting?
Are you ready for the acid?
Oh, I'm feeling a little twisty.
Fuck, dude. I didn't got legs this time.
Ah!
I didn't got fucking legs this time, dude. Whoa. Oh, fish
God,
is it
dude.
hit for you
I'm
yet,
getting,
dude?
I'm getting
Fish,
bent out of shape,
is it
dude.
hit
I don't
for
like
you,
this.
dude? I don't know if fish is feeling it. I don't know if fish is feeling it. Whoa, fuck, dude. Yo.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yo. Oh, fuck, it's going fast. Oh, shit, I'm fucking flashing.
Fuck. Oh, God, dude. I don't like this. I don't like this, dude. I don't like this, dude. Can we stop? Can we stop, please?
I'm almost there, dude. I'm almost.
I feel like I'm being bored again.
I'm almost there.
I feel like I'm being bored again.
Oh.
I'm being bored again. I don't like it.
Oh. Fuck, dude. I'm still going. I'm fucking still feeling it. I'm still fucking over there, dude.
Yeah, I'm not
still
liking
over
this,
there.
dude. I don't like this. I'm shaking it out. I'm shaking it out. I'm shaking it out. Let me shake it out.
Okay, I'm done. I'm all done.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Oh no!
Hey, dude, there's a wet smug.
no! Oh no!
Okay, 2 in a row is rough. 2 in a row is rough.
Whoa!
No!
Shit!
I feel like I'm.
Whoa! Time to go to our
God.
Whoa!
This sucks,
God, it's so intense, dude. It's literally the most intense fucking thing. Oh shit! This fucking whoa! Whoa! I want to kind of go a little bit further.
I'm getting
It's
sucked.
so crazy.
I'm getting sucked.
Like whoa!
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. Help!
Fuck, dude.
Help! I have multitudes.
Whoa!
I have become multitudes. Help!
Oh,
I don't like it.
it's a bit much for me.
Oh god! I'm in so
It's a
many
bit much
places
for
at
me.
once. Where am I?
Oh, I didn't like that. That was a bit different this time. Oh man.
I'm coming back.
Whoa, it's so
Oh
purple.
shit!
Oh, what have you done?
Huh.
What have you
Jesus
done,
Christ! That was. Sorry, dude.
Chill out. Sit down.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I feel very wobbly.
That was awesome.
I need to etch a sketch myself off. Jesus.
That acid hits different. Is this
Yeah,
all
holy fuck,
Oscar's
dude.
works? Hats off to Oscar.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know what? If you wanna reward him, then you can pay $5, and Oscar will get that money as well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like Oscar's work, donate, please. Holy. All right.
Okay, explain
Christ alive.
this. Explain this.
Okay. So, according to believers, of course, it was home to an ancient, highly advanced, and very spiritual civilization. So this is like the spirit continent. I think more than any other conspiracy, Lemuria is where all the like psychics, the like high-level spiritual beings. When I wasn't criticizing you guys, don't worry about it. You're fine. It's
You can
often
make it up to me by
described as
buying
the
me some acid.
mystical. Yeah, this is the ethereal kind of counterpart to Atlantis, but it's even older than Atlantis and more spiritually advanced. Now, it was home to the Lemurians, who are, as we all know, the third root race. We'll talk about the root race
they're like
system.
tree people?
We'll talk about the root race system in a little bit. Don't worry, I've got some diagrams to show later.
Okay.
But they collapsed, fell into the sea, and then they all decided to get into a giant crystal called Telos. And that crystal Crazily
this is
enough,
like fucking
weird
Warhammer
coincidence.
lore.
Basically, it is. Dude, do you want to know? Do you want to guess where in the world would the New Age civilization of Telos happen upon?
America.
Yep, California.
No way. No
Yeah,
way.
they were like, and you know where they decided? This is why California is such a spiritual place, is because the Lemurians decided to put their crystal in California. That's why it's such a power for New Age Center. I'm not joking. That's awesome. So unfortunately, the reason that the civilization collapsed again was moral decay. They collapsed into ego, lust, and power tripping. Yep, of course. Do you want to know the singular piece of evidence that created the continent of Lemuria in the popular conception? Are you ready for this?
Okay, go on. Go off, King.
First of all, why do you think it's called Lemuria?
Lemurs?
Yep. Unironically, yes. So the reason the continent of Lemuria was invented was because before we understood... Yep. Before we understood the concept of continental drift, some anthropologists or archaeologists dug up lemur fossils in Madagascar, and they were like, well, lemurs don't live here. How would they ever have gotten here? And they were like, you know what must have happened? There was an entire continent connecting Madagascar to where lemurs live. And then they created the continent. Here you go. This is the full map. We're going to look at it full size here.
Okay.
If you look a little
closer,
you'll see, basically, real scientists were like, yeah, so basically the only way that we can square this circle... Is that why it looks like a
species diagram?
Yep, is because they're literally explaining how all of these... How did the lemurs get here? How can we explain where the lemurs went? And it turns out that basically they used this lost continent to navigate across this landmass to get to all these different places where they shouldn't have been able to get to. So this was all landmass. This was a scientific explanation how this happened. How cool is that? It wasn't just lemurs. There were other fossils they found, but lemurs were the famous ones. So yeah, these are the migration paths. How cool is that?
It's certainly something.
Look at that. They called it paradise. Look at this. They were literally there was like a mystical, wonderful continent paradise that all fell in the water. Yeah, this explains all the migration paths.
Lemuria.
Cool.
So
do you see
what
that little question mark
Lemuria,
right there?
then?
Look at this. If you zoom in a bit, there's a tiny little question mark
where
right
is
there.
this?
It's just like, where did they come from? How'd they all come from here? They must have all come from the same place. Yeah, very cool.
What? So why
Isn't the whole joined up thing
Lemuria, though? What the fuck's Lemuria?
Well, so the scientists were like, we'll call it Lemuria because this is why lemurs were able to get everywhere. But it then turns out, so hence Lemuria and Lemuria, but then it turns out that continents actually move, and that fully explains all of this. So this theory, which lasted for about 20 years, was basically fully debunked and, thrown away and explained as, like, nonsense, essentially.
Oh,
and
I thought it was like the Madagascar movie. They all jumped on a boat and swam.
Yeah, maybe. Or got on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they just hop on a plane? That's silly.
Yeah, that doesn't make
much
sense if you think about it.
Evidence 1. How did fossilized lemurs end up in Madagascar and India without being able to walk across the ocean? Well, there was the lost continent of Lemuria. Evidence number 2. Who else could have taught humans telepathy and the ability to heal with our minds?
Who else? Then the lemurs.
Then the lemurs, then the Lemurians. Yeah. So yeah, basically, the other half of the evidence is New Age people who, of course, take for granted the idea that humans have telepathic powers and psychic powers. And they say, well, what's the origin of those psychic powers? It has to have been an advanced race, and the only thing that makes sense is the Lemurians.
Clearly.
Yeah. So,
I'm glad we're having a more science-based episode this week.
Me too. Well, I've got more evidence. If you want to go to the next, slide.
Okay. What's going on here? Oh.
So this is the earliest depiction of a Lemurian.
A young adult novel.
Do you notice those clouds?
Yeah, they look kind of like Gandalf smoke rings from Lord of the Rings.
Do you know that there's a mountain that produces exactly those cloud formations?
What?
Go to the next slide.
What?
This is Mount Shasta.
What?
It is in California. And it has crazy ass clouds.
You tell me there's a fucking crystal up in that shit?
Right? It literally looks like a crazy-ass floating city. I mean, like, look at this shit. Look how cool this is. They've got this, I won't lie, I feel like, did you see that, fuck, what's his name? Shit. Alone? No. Nope. Did you see Nope?
Yes, I did
you
see
see the movie
Nope.
Nope?
I did see Nope.
I honestly, I see pictures of shit like this, and I'm like,
I
oh,
cried,
this is why.
I fist
I thought it was
bumped the air.
It was a pretty good movie. I was happy with it. It was pretty good. It was like a 6, 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Pretty happy
that's
with it.
what I
Had
said.
some good moments.
I laughed, I cried, I fist bumped the air.
So yeah, these are real cloud formations that accumulate on Mount Shasta. So this is why so many New Age Californians will look at this and go, "Oh shit, this is where the Lemurians are hiding. They're in the crystal, and the cloud formations are basically the outputs of their like energy,
Yeah,
or it's where
it's
their
all
crystals
resonating.
hiding." Yeah, honestly, if I looked at shit like that, I would totally buy into that shit. I don't blame the Californians. For being
if I was
retarded.
also
You look at
stupid,
this,
I'd buy that shit, dude.
100%. Yeah, I wouldn't learn anything about clouds. But let's not lie. That picture literally looks like it looks like an illusion. It looks like there's a thing on top of the cloud that's like invisible, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a
It's
cloud.
kind of sick. No, it looks like a lost. Shut up!
Yeah,
It looks,
it looks like
no,
a
shut
not
up! It
a
looks like a
cloud.
lost cloud. Shut
What's it supposed to look like other than a cloud? What else is that? A donut?
But that's a weird. It's a funky cloud, bro. What do you want? It's a
Yeah,
funky
what else is
cloud.
it supposed to look like other than a cloud?
They're in the crystal. They're in the crystal.
But you said you can see why. You said, oh, you can see why they thought it was something other than a cloud. Why?
Well, because it looks weirder. It looks like a weird
No, it
cloud,
looks like
a freaky cloud.
It just looks like, yeah, it still looks like a cloud.
After you watched Nope, did you ever get a little spooked by single clouds?
No, because it wasn't the cloud. It was a big fucking.
No, it covered itself.
And
Do
then
you
it
not remember
went.
at the start of the movie? It was,
And then.
yeah, actually, yeah, that movie really haunted me for a little bit. But no, the cloud. I thought the cloud was quite
That movie
scary.
was
The idea
freaky.
that it's just a weird.
Scotland's got quite a low sky, like cloud level. And it's always
Oh, that's
cloudy.
unpleasant though.
So if I was fucking,
That's
I'd
just
be
how-
fucking
Sorry!
bricking it. I've always a fucking million
look at-
hundreds fucking nopes.
Wiz, I need you to look at chat right now.
What? That's just how clouds form under mountains.
You know what? True. Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
What?
That's sick. I just love that Star Dream Girl is like, well, Star Forts obviously can only exist as free energy centers for a
Well, it's because humans made that,
destroyed
whereas this is
civilization.
natural. I know what Star Girl's on.
And then
I
you're
know
like,
the
and then
path.
you show like a picture of a mountain with a crazy cloud, and she's like, yeah, it's just a cloud formation. Don't be stupid.
Well,
Like,
yes,
I just
Star
love
Forts
how
are
like
a thing.
specific. No, I know, but so is Weird Cloud. Weird Cloud is also a thing.
Dude, you're
I'm
clapped.
You know what it is? Oh my god, dude! Do you know what this is? Women be like, oh yeah, that's nature. That's
You just
normal
don't know.
nature.
Yeah, you
And
don't
man be
trust the
like,
natural world. That's the problem.
yeah, and man be like, that's just a building. A dude built that. You know, it's a gender gap, I think, between these two things. I look at nature and I'm like, whoa, so mysterious, and she's just like, yeah, that's just nature. And then
No, it's just, do you know what it is?
she looked
Do you
at
know what
like
it
a
is?
building.
Do you know what it is, Smug?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? City boy.
That's true. That's true. I'm more mystified by cool. Well, no, actually, no, that's not true. I used to go to Wales all the time, and Wales had clouds exactly like this. Like my grandma's house was on a hill, and the clouds would just like eat it. I was spooked by that sometimes. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Scotland is just cloud. All it is cloud.
Fair enough. It's just cloud all the way down. It's
Yeah.
just cloud all the way down. It's just one big vape. Just
No!
one big vape.
Fuck, you ready?
One of my favorite Mino Bins mentions Lemuria link, but props corroborated link.
Did you get that, or do I have to translate?
You're gonna have to translate. What was that?
One of my favorite metal bands mentions Lemuria, but prob's copyrighted. Well, okay, how about this? How about this? Because they've sent a link, right? I think once we finish rating this, we play it, and then that way, if it comes down to it, we can just trim the section out.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah, fine, we can do that.
So we'll play the link, but we just have to give it until the end of the segment, and then we can easily cut it out if it does trigger.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We've got advanced editing capabilities now.
Yeah. We got the technology.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. But we're gonna have to drop another tab, bro.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
These are
so
base
true.
theories.
I completely forgot.
This is why I like you.
I forgot.
This is why I like you, Star Dream Girl.
Fuck!
Oh no!
Whoa! Shit!
Oh!
Shit! Whoa. Actually, I think you're right. That wasn't a cloud. I think I've known. Now that I'm seeing things different, I think you're correct.
I'm swirling, dude. I'm swirling.
If that was a cloud, then I was a fucking. Whoa.
I'm getting sucked in, dude. I don't like this. This sucks. Dude, this is the worst one ever.
I'm fucking buzzed.
Dude.
Yeah? Come on, back to normal.
Bro, I'm pretty much stuck like this, dude.
Oh shit, dude, you're looking rough.
I don't feel so. Is it on my face? Is it on my face?
So,
Wiz, tell me I'm pretty.
Can you explain this?
Wiz, tell me up.
Telos or
Wiz,
bust?
tell me I'm pretty. Yeah, so these are little posters I found from like New Age communities posting on like Facebook, where they're just like they're talking about they all make pilgrimages. There's like 1 billion fucking Californians who like are just obsessed with Telos, and they all want to go to the mountain to do their little respectful New Age pyramids. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's so strange.
Pretty cute. Pretty cute.
Telos
so yeah,
or
the New
bust?
Age. The crystal girlies in California fucking... There you go. Oh, I feel better.
Nice. Good.
The crystal girlies in California love this shit. They love Lemuria. Now, the people who inhabit Lemuria are a little bit more kind of up for debate. That shit gets a little bit funkier. I actually, you know what? Let me find another... Because there's a few different depictions of them. Unfortunately, most of the depictions I find
Racist?
are what... Yeah, they're basically all fucking weird Nordics. We've got this one. Everything I found on Facebook was basically...
Is it like all the star seeds? You remember how all the star seeds were vaguely fucking...
I will say this is the most starseed coded. Yeah, if you look at this, yeah. It's just like again, Hyperborean Aryan races. Yeah, imagine looking like this, dude. Holy shit. I would genocide my own race. If I was born like this, I'd be like, fuck, yeah, it's over for me. I'm done. That's not okay. Yeah. Look how white. Look how white. Okay, so if you go to the next slide.
Okay.
It's time to talk about the 7 root races.
Oh, man. Is that Hassan? No, it's the fish. Sweats nervously.
yeah, no, it's just a fish. It's just a fish.
This is definitely not Hassan.
The guy you see on Hassanabi's stream, that's definitely the real Hassan, and this fish is just a imposter.
I didn't fucking turn him into
not
magic.
the other way around.
I didn't magic him.
Yeah. We definitely didn't. We didn't turn our boss, our patron, into a fish to try and control him.
Whoopee! Okay, 7 root races.
Okay, so this is where this gets pretty complicated pretty quickly. So, I couldn't find. Of course, I could not find a better, a higher quality image for this. So I'm just gonna make this bigger, but it's gonna look like shit no matter what I do. So basically.
Okay.
Okay. So this basically comes from. I think they're called Theosophists or something. They're basically like they sort of. They rewrite, you know, history, you know, in the sort of classic Atlantean sense. Like they love this is where Hyperboreanism comes from, by the way. This is actually the original. Yeah. So basically, they basically philosophize that the Aryan race came from the lost races of Lemuria and Atlantis, right? So this is where all of these things start to become bundled together. So they originate in a polar race, and then basically that race expanded and conquered. What's weird is that, of course, these guys were like, they obviously think that everything was done through conquest. So they are basically trying to explain like the process of conquering that each race was responsible for. So the polar race, they first conquered fire. Which I guess was like the start of agriculture and like kind of civilization. You know, this is, I guess, the Ice Age. You would probably, you know, kind of move this to the Ice Age. Then you have the Hyperboreans who mastered air and flight. The Lemurians who
they mastered flight. Okay.
Yep. So we were flying back then. This is the Vimana stuff.
Right.
Then we have the Lemurians who are associated with like pre-Atlantis. They're like a million years older than Atlantis. And they ended up mastering water. They were punished for this, and then the Atlanteans basically ended up underground, and they underwater, and then they had to master Earth as their progression point. And then the Aryan race, that's us, of course. The master race, yep. Of course, yeah, we're the master race. they have to conquer the ether.
Oh, like Minecraft?
I guess it is you know what? This is very Minecraft vibes, isn't it?
Well, no, you know the Minecraft ether mod. That's the only ether I know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fuck, yeah. We have to go back into the sky.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason Notch never added that to the game.
yeah. You know what? I feel like he would, actually, knowing Notch.
No,
I feel like...
he fucking hoarded that knowledge.
Oh, he didn't want to tell.
That's what he was working on when he converted.
That makes sense.
You know?
That makes sense.
Didn't let him finish his masterpiece.
So anyway, so the idea is that this one is really hard to get your head around because it's so much bullshit. Basically
Avatar, the Last Airbender, or the James Cameron.
there is a bit of Avatar in this as well. Yeah. Okay. So basically, when Atlantis collapsed, they migrated onto the Earth, right? And then there was a small subgroup of these migrants from Atlantis who split off, and then they went to the inland sea in Sahara, which used to exist, where they founded the City of the Sun. Are you with me so far? So the Sahara used to be an ocean. It was an inland sea. That's where they set up, which I guess is where
the Sahara did literally used to be an ocean.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about this is that it basically ties together literally everything else we've talked about. Like, every single conspiracy up to this point is all covered in the root race system. They ended up... So, like, this is a guy who basically read every single one and then created, like, a grand theory connecting literally everything. So... Or a woman, actually. I think Blavatsky was a woman.
Nice.
Some historians say Aryan was never meant to mean white. The root words just translate to a great race, but the word was usurped. Yeah, there really aren't that many ways to say great race without some racial connotations there. I'm just saying, like, great race is not a better translation. Oh, yes, the great race, as opposed to the...
Not great race.
Yeah, the not so great race? Yeah, like, a great race is a little bit of is a bit iffy conceptually. You know, you could, I guess you could translate that into thinking that Homo sapiens is a great race, sure. But then you can say that people who have more Neanderthal DNA are, like, less of a great race.
Do you know the whole thing about, like, Neanderthals were, like, associated with black people until DNA testing existed, and then they realized that there's a lot more similarity with white people, and then suddenly everyone was like, oh, the Neanderthals are so smart. They were so smart. They weren't savages.
Oh, that's so shit. Oh my god, as soon as they realized they were white, they were like, yeah, these are the Atlanteans, actually.
Yeah,
these must have been the
Neanderthals were like, way more clever than we thought.
Bro. And then literally the next day, guys, I'm pretty sure the Neanderthals had flight. And we degenerated as soon as we got near the black people. As soon as the Neanderthals got to Africa and engaged and found a black person, they forgot how to fly. Oh man. So all of these cities were linked together. You had Shambhala, you had the City of the Sun, you had the City of the Bridge, which was basically built below Shambhala and basically connected all of these things through underground routes. And then they call Earth the World Island. I actually couldn't figure out what the fuck that meant. I did my best. I really struggled with this one. This is like you have to read an entire. Maybe you have to read like 2 books to get deep enough into this. So I really just took random notes.
The World Island.
Now, here's where it gets a little bit of a problem. So one of the reasons that the 5th root race has not ascended yet is because some, and I want to be clear that they do say some Semitic peoples have become degenerate in spirituality. She asserted that, unfortunately, some of the peoples descended from the Lemurians are, quote, semi-animal creatures. These include the Aboriginal Australians.
Oh dear.
They also include, the phrases they used were the Australians, the Bushmen, the Negritos. I don't even know how. That's a crazy slur I've never heard before. The Andaman Islanders, basically the Australoid race, they called it.
Who came up with this? Some guy down under. Was it Australian?
You know, maybe Blavatsky was an Australian. Let me have a look.
They're always on my farm.
Oh, no, she was a Russian. There we go.
Okay,
Helena Blavatsky. Yep, Blavatsky. The Semitic peoples have become degenerate in spirituality.
Jesus.
Yeah. Now, there are other sub-races of the Aryan root race. Emphasis on the sub-race. Sub-race. Which she talked about. She said that these races were unfortunately racial failures of nature and will have to be destroyed as the higher race ascends.
What was the reason for that again?
Oh, I'll explain it here. There's a direct quote from her. Thus will mankind, race after race, perform its appointed cycle pilgrimage. Climates will and have already begun to change. There you go. She believed in climate change. That's pretty basic.
Okay.
Each tropical year, only after dropping one sub-race. So climate change will only be accelerated by ethnic genocide.
Wait, is she saying climate change is a good thing?
Yes, because it causes genocides that eliminate the lesser races.
No. I think she's saying we have to eliminate the lesser races so we can speed up climate change.
Oh, you're right, yes. She says, but only to beget another higher race on the ascending cycle, while a series of other less favored groups, the failures of nature, will vanish from the human family without even leaving a trace behind.
Bruh.
Fucking sick. She's insane.
No, she's not very nice.
She was writing in the late 1800s in Russia, so, you know...
That's bad for the time.
Shit.
That's actually really bad for the time.
Do you want to know something that's very unfortunate?
That's fucking terrible for the time. That context makes this worse.
Do you want to know her prediction?
Uh-huh.
The 6th sub-race of the Aryan root race will begin to evolve in the area of the United States in the early 21st century.
Uh-oh.
The 6th sub-race of the Aryan roots race will be called Australo-American Trump.
They no way. They no way.
Believed by theosophists to be now arising from the Teutonic subrace of the Aryan root race in Australia and in the western United States, many of the new subrace will be born in California. I'm joking about the Trump thing. And in surrounding nearby areas. The 6th or Australo-American subrace will possess certain psychic powers, and for this, the pituitary body will be developed, thus giving the additional sense, that of cognizing, astral emotions in the ordinary waking consciousness. We may say that in general, the 6th subrace will bring in wisdom and intuition, blending all that is best in the intelligence of the 5th subrace and the emotion of the 4th. So basically, the Atlanteans were emotional but a bit dumb, and the Aryans are intelligent but not emotional enough. And basically, the Californians will become, the ultimate fuckboy. The Californians will basically be the superior next race. Isn't it so weird that an 1800s Russian predicted that California would be the site of the next? That's very odd. I wonder why they picked California. So of course, the New Age popping off. Yeah, the New Age people are kind of fucking crazy, and they've adopted this just because some Russian lady said that they would be, you know, the future of humanity, so I guess the Californians all got very excited.
Jesus.
So, some follow-ups to the predictions on what the 6th root race will. C.W. Leadbeater, who was like a follow-on writer that kind of carried on her legacy. The first 6th root race colony will be established in Baja, California, under the guidance of the Masters of the Ancient Wisdom in the 28th century. For the intensive eugenic breeding of the 6th root race.
It's becoming June. You noticed?
yeah, actually, the further ahead you predict, the more this just becomes June.
Yeah.
AKA Indigo Children, I guess. There's no real space component to the root races. The root races are actually based on, like, Earth. Everything here is based on Earth. Like, it's based on superior psychic races, the Hyperboreans and the Lemurians, who then degenerated into spirituality. They were punished and fell into Atlantis, and then the Aryans migrated out, created special cities all over the world, and then got degenerated by the Jews.
Classic.
Yeah. And then they got blocked in their ascension by the Jews, unfortunately. Anyway, here's the rest of it. The Master Moria will physically reincarnate in order to be the Manu progenitor of this new root race. By that time, the world will be entirely powered by nuclear power. There will be a single world government, led by a person who will be the reincarnation of Julius Caesar.
Ooh.
Just a random Caesar thrown in there. Tens of thousands of years in the future, a new continent will arise in the Pacific Ocean that will be the future home of the 6th root race. Yay!
What's it gonna be called? Lemurland?
New Israel. New Israel. New Israel.
Is it? I bet you it is called.
Oh
Scared.
no. Oh
Scared.
fuck. That's a bad trip coming, dude.
And as I've been saying time and time again.
That's it. As I've been saying time and time again. What
that
that possibly mean? Whoa, fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. Whoa.
Oh shit.
And I've been saying time and time again. What's that mean? What does that mean? Oh fuck!
Sorry,
this hurt
I don't
my blood.
I don't want to be here. I know. I
It's
don't
alright,
want to be
dude.
here.
Don't worry too much.
Wiggling.
You're all right. You're all right. Whoa!
I'm wiggling and wobbling, dude.
Chat, it doesn't look too good. Chat, it does not look too good. His fucking blood's being stretched.
Oh god!
That's quite cute. That's quite cute. Oh, he's dust. Turn to dust.
Multitudes! I'm turning to dust.
Breathe some of that in. Oh, like rain falling down.
Shit.
Oh, he's.
Oh my god, it's
back.
raining me.
Let's go back to.
Whoa!
Oh, it's raining in real life. Oh man, that's intense. Oh shit, you're
Jesus.
so big.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's
Sit
happening.
down. Take a little bit of water.
Oh, am I okay?
A little bit fuzzy still. Come on. Sit down. Sit down. Have a little sit down.
Oh.
He's not having a good one.
I'm reformatting. I'm reformatting.
Come on. We'll rate we'll rate Agartha or whatever the fuck this one's called. Telos, Lemuria, whatever the fuck's root
I've
race.
become a hyperbug. I wouldn't be like this
come
forever.
on. You're just on a bad trip.
No!
There you go.
Bro, I was there, dude. I was becoming the 6th root race. What the hell?
Thank you very much.
I nearly had it.
Thanks for the donation.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Let's. So yeah. I mean, look. This just it does just become Dune at this point. 28th century. We're just a Dune. Do you want to hear about the 7th root race though? That's the real.
Okay,
that's the
go
real
on.
bullshit.
Get the root races
So
out.
the 7th root race will be the last race to appear on planet Earth. This will finally. You know what's really funny? This is when gender will stop being a thing.
Ooh.
Sexual differences among humans will cease to exist. Conception and birth will be done entirely spiritually, and humanity will have a great spiritual development.
Oh, that's nice. This got a happy ending.
Everything that is irredeemably sinful and wicked, cruel and destructive will have been eliminated, and that which is found to survive will be swept away from being, owing, so to speak, to a karmic tidal wave in the shape of scavenger plagues, geological convulsions, and other means of destruction.
Okay, so maybe not a happy ending.
At which point we will all move to Mercury.
It's a happy ending in the same way that, like, what's it called? What's that? Was it 28 Days Later or whatever the fuck?
Yeah. It's possible you're having an even worse trip than Destiny did. I don't feel the need to be a sex pest to anyone right now.
Yeah,
so
literally.
It hasn't quite hit me
How
that
could he
hard.
be having a worse trip? Destiny went to Israel.
Whoa!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh no, you don't have. You're gonna embarrass me. Oh no!
Jesus Christ! You're a fucking animal.
Jeez, it was just a joke. I'm here all week. I'm not really. I'm here on Mondays and Thursdays. Like the stream, guys. If you like that, if you like jokes like that, like the stream, subscribe to the channel.
I think I'm gonna beat him to death, chat. I think I'm gonna beat him to death, chat. I think I'm gonna beat him to death, chat.
Thanks, chat.
I think I'm gonna beat him until he dies, chat. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat his skull in. I'm gonna beat his head like a fucking drum.
Okay, you gotta rate this. You gotta rate it. You gotta do a little rate.
Oh shit, you're right. We need to rate this. We need to rate. Ow! Okay. Feasibility of all of this shit. 0.
0?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Look, so the best conspiracy theories are the ones that fill in a gap of knowledge. The worst ones are the ones that are based on one mistaken scientific theory that lasted 15 years.
Before we do the rating, do you think we should listen to the song to see if it affects anything?
I don't think I'm going to get switched on it, to be honest.
But should we?
Why don't we listen to the song afterwards?
Okay.
Just so we don't. Just so the editing's easy.
Okay.
Fascistiness. Well, after all the root race shit, I'm gonna say 10.
Yep, that's real bad.
Yeah, pretty hard to.
It
pretty
does
hard
have
to argue
high
with.
influence. I'm sure Ayn Rand or whatever the fuck read this at some point.
The Hyperborean shit really did kind of take the world by storm. Yeah, so there's
It did fucking numbers.
11 influence. Oh, 11 fascism. Yeah, I think influentiality maybe 8, 9. I'm happy with a 9.
Yeah, it's quite high.
Hyperborea got pretty up there. Yeah, the fact that it also includes every conspiracy is pretty big. Nicolas Cage quotient.
No, this is a sci-fi movie.
No, this is a John 10,
Travolta.
Dude.
This is a John Travolta.
No, this is a 10, dude. This is one of those weird Nicolas Cage movies that he does for really low budgets that make no sense.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna put 10, but bad.
Would
you know,
we get
like,
in?
It's definitely.
Fuck no.
Let me think.
No.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting pretty sick to root race. I don't know.
You're Bosnian. You're English.
Yeah, but actually, yeah.
I'm Scottish. No chance.
Shit.
We're lesser beings. We're reptile people. You're a snail. You're an insect. That's such a degenerate race, dude.
Would we get in? Probably not. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I know I'm right.
Yeah, I think we failed the skin check.
Yep.
Yeah, we failed the skin check.
That's good, right? Right, let's see. Boop. Let's get this up.
Alright. You wanna pull this up?
Demonetization, let's go. I'm kidding, we're already demonetized.
Let's go! Are you ready, Glastonbury? Oh
shit.
Are you ready, Tartaria? Oh shit.
This is actually a good queue up because
Sorry to bring convo topic back, but you mentioned Niqab have been better because they made their detractors look unreasonable, but I think the waving of the Hezbollah flag seems unreasonable to most. I'm that's indirectly wishing death on your enemies.
Incredible opinion. Thank you so much. I wish I knew what to do with that. Should I respond to that?
Have been better because they made the detractors look unreasonable, but I think the waving of the Hezbollah flag seems unreasonable to most. Yeah, they're already cooked, right? Well, that's the argument.
Wait, they were waving Hezbollah flags?
Yeah, that's why he got inside for terrorism or whatever the fuck.
Okay, Hezbollah flags is pretty silly as well. You probably shouldn't do that. What? I'm saying it's pretty silly.
Yeah. It
Look,
is.
if Hezbollah were a leftist organization, I would say it's based, but they're kind of dicks.
Yeah, they're arseholes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like the people backing Assad, you know, in Syria, just because he's anti-American when he killed like 2,000 leftists.
Yeah.
Look, it's so simple. It's so simple.
To this song?
Yeah, fine. But also, it's so simple. Just back the Rojavans in Syria. It's so easy. There's so amazingly out in the world, there are a group of people who are basically objectively good, based as fuck, anti-American and anti-Russian. They do everything right. Like, what? Just be pro-Rojavan. It's so easy. It's so hard to fuck that up.
I think the ass is kicking
It's not that. Oh yeah, no, I'm just getting mad, dude.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
Oh, this is it, dude.
Oh damn.
This is what I like. I'm starting to like it. Holy.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Yeah, we're definitely getting claps for this though. Whoa.
Oh man. I mean, it's only got 9k views. We might be okay. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
maybe. How long is it?
It's 10 minutes long.
Are you fucking joking?
It's a metal song. I don't think we'll go all 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll definitely
this is
listen
why
to
I
it.
can't listen to fucking metal. They take fucking ages, dude.
Oh, fuck. This is a bad song to be triple on acid to.
Yeah, this is not. Oh god.
But the song's called A Black Moon Broods Over Lemuria. My bowel Solgroth.
Whoa.
Yo, that feels
How do I
awesome,
look?
dude.
How do I look, dude?
Now you're
How do I
looking
look?
you're looking happy.
I'm grinning,
You're
dude.
looking pretty happy.
Woo!
You having a good time?
Oh, I'm getting a headache. This is not good. I'm shaking.
That's pretty funny. Oh.
I got
like
about 2 minutes of this in me. Holy.
Oh fuck, I'm fucking pinging. Oh shit, dude.
I kind of think I should just look like this now. I'm kind of okay with this as my normal thing. I just feel like this forever. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, whoa.
Let's fucking go. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, dude, don't look. Oh no, it's sucking me. Ah, don't turn around. I'm happy like this and sad like this. Ah.
Fuck. My soul's getting sucked, dude. Oh shit.
Why is it getting? This is getting darker. I don't like this.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Oh god. Stop it, please. End it. End it.
That was a bad trip. I can't be doing that. That's too intense.
That was horrible.
Oh, that's too intense. Oh shit.
That sucked ass, dude.
Oh man. I mean, I can't list. I don't like metal at the most part. Is not for me. I acknowledge. But if I was doing that on acid, I think it's anti-ADHD, and I don't know why.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know
yeah,
anyone with
I can
ADHD
buy
that's
that,
super
actually.
into metal.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I don't know
the
why
only
it
people I
makes
know who
sense.
are into metal are like blank face. Can never express their emotions to a real human being and just put it all inside them.
Whoa. Go
That's
all
my
up in ya.
experience of metal fans.
All up in ya.
Okay. You know, we have one last one, you know?
Ooh.
And this
Ready?
one's a bit special, because it's from the Bible.
Nephilim. Ooh.
Yeah, very exciting. So this is our last one we're going to look at. Okay.
You went to the Bible? You went to the devil?
So get your acid trips in. So this is David kicking that prick Goliath's ass. Look at that smug fucker. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
If I remember correctly, the Hezbollah flag was the reason for the terror charge. Surprised you didn't know.
I knew that. I think Smug didn't know about the Hezbollah flags because Smug's a hack.
I'm not that
who
huge into
pretends
this.
to know things.
No, I listen. I don't care about this discourse. I'm not clued into it. I don't give a shit about Israel-Palestine at all in the slightest.
Well, it's about Kneecap. You said you were a fan of Kneecap and you were lying and you were evil.
I didn't say I was a fan of Kneecap. I said I like what they've done so far. If you show me a thing they've done that I don't like, I'll change that opinion. That's not that deep.
Okay. Oh shit!
Oh shit. Dude, I don't know. This one's kicking in pretty fast.
You fucking get the asses again? Whoa!
Whoa!
Yo, this is crazy. This is so crazy. Whoa!
Whoa! Oh god!
Oh!
Oh shit!
This is different this time. I feel like I'm smarter doing this one.
Why is it different every time?
I don't really know,
dude.
Because mine's mostly the same, you know.
Well, mine goes crazy, dude.
Mine's mostly the same. I can't really explain it.
Whoa.
You know? For some people it's crazy, for other people it's just like, I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like the vibe that you're in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling a little better right now, actually.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah,
fish
I'm
looks a bit
getting
wonky. I'm feeling a bit strange.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Whoa.
I'm still feeling really clever.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, we're getting there.
Nice. Nice. Okay, one last thing. That fucking acid's
Come on,
awesome,
we gotta get
dude.
through. Yeah, but we gotta stop.
Why
we
the
need to
fuck
get through
does
this.
it trigger an acid trip? I just want to know what message.
Read the sign. Don't make me tap the sign.
Yeah,
don't make me
really,
tap
we're
the
looking
sign.
for an excuse, dude.
You donated
for an
exactly
excuse.
$5.
Yep.
You donated exactly $5, you prick. You know what you did. You know what you did. You rocked our shit.
That's the acid. Thank
Pretending
you.
Yeah. What do you mean? I didn't mean to spike it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Right, Nephilim.
That's the acid.
Yes, you Correct. When you give us money, it makes the show worse. This is a
No,
cool
it makes it
concept of
better.
the
I like
podcast.
the acid.
I do like the acid as well. Okay. But
It's
yeah,
good
thank you
acid.
for rocking our shit. Is also the minimum to donate on Streamlabs? Oh, is it? Wiz, you fucking gamed the system. You bastard. What a cheeky boy. Alright. So, these are the big boys, the giants, okay? So,
Okay.
believers argue that Earth was once populated by giant humans between 10 and 30 feet tall.
Okay.
Big boys. And
Wait, is
based
this not
on,
like an
based on the
England
Bible...
thing?
No, this has happened all over the world, but specifically in the Bible is the most commonly cited source.
Okay.
So the Bible says that the Nephilim, and the way they use the words Nephilim suggests Nephilim, yeah, Nephilim. You know, they were the offsprings of sons of God and daughters of men. So basically they're like kind of half gods. I guess you
Demigods.
could, you know, like that's yeah, they're like the Titans, I guess. They were bastards, though. Apparently, they ruled over early humanity. They built, like, megalithic structures, and they had forbidden knowledge. Ooh. Here's the fun part. The main theory goes
down for
that
fun.
we've discovered thousands of these giant bones.
What?
And specifically, the Smithsonian Museum in America is its sole purpose is to go around the world and destroy these giant bones to prevent people from finding out about the giants. It's just the one museum is in charge of destroying giant bones.
That's so strange,
sick
but
is
that's
that?
also kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's great, right?
And the fucking
but yeah,
bone
the giants
destroyer.
were basically big old bastards that ate people. They were wiped out by Noah's flood.
Okay.
Is the main reason. Now, evidence. Our first piece of evidence comes from Genesis 6:4. And why would God lie? The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. Yeah, so basically kind of pedophilic, I guess, for a son of God to fuck a random human lady. Bit Zeusy. I don't know. Bit Zeusy in the goosey. But yeah, basically every mythology and religion has big giant guys. So honestly, I kind of vibe with the giants thing. Didn't we find a bone recently that suggested there was a race of humans that are like
Giants
7 to 8
only
feet
existed
tall?
in England. You know this?
What do you mean?
There's no giant myths in Scotland.
Oh, but there's giant myths all over the world, dude.
Yeah, but in the UK at least,
Within the
they're
UK.
like specifically
This-
an English folk creature. And I think it's
That's
because
we-
hills are so fucking
is your
rare
suggestion.
in your flat fucking bitch place. What?
What? We saw a dude on a hill and we were like, that's a giant. I
No,
don't
you
know
saw
what else
you
I
saw
could
a
do.
hill and you were like, that has to be a dude.
Oh, that's a dead dude. Oh, I see. Yeah, like a dude's buried under that. Yeah,
Whereas,
I can see that.
Because Scotland's all fucking hills, it's like, we're not going to be like, oh, this is a mass grave. You know? Like,
This can't all be dead dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
That's
funny. That's
unreasonable.
very, very funny. That's super funny. Oh my god. Okay, so if you go to the next, I've got pictures. I took
Oh,
this
you got
picture.
pics? You took some
This next
pics?
Picture. Yeah, check
oh,
this
that's
one. Boom.
nice. Oh, he's
Look at
very
that.
big.
One of the giants. He's huge. Yeah. So this is so I found this. Well, I took this picture and then I posted it on Facebook.
good.
A lot of these vibes show up in Christian group chats. I found.
Did he have a name?
This one.
I like that he's got a walking
no.
stick.
Do you want to know what the picture was titled?
What?
Giant being protected by the government.
Oh, that's nice.
But like, look at those little government workers.
Yeah,
the Book
they're
of
civil
Enoch. The Book of
servants.
Enoch does also. The Book of Enoch does also mention it, and that was in my notes, and I don't care enough to add it in. It wasn't.
I'm
it was,
glad
it
they're
was
looking
redundant
after
with
him.
Genesis thing.
Because it wouldn't have been easy to make that walking stick.
Yeah, true. Now, some people have noted that this is an AI-generated image from 2023.
No,
easily
Is it black and
demonstrable.
white?
Demonstrable. Yeah, but also, you know, all the faces are like weirdly blended together in a way that doesn't make any
No,
sense.
they're
on a
just
snare
Irish.
generator.
I thought they were Irish.
That's what I thought too, so I think this picture's legit. If you go to the next picture, we have even more proof.
Oh my
Now
god.
this is a picture, this is
That's
real
a-
evidence
whoa,
I
is
found
that
on
a skull?
Facebook.
And a crane?
That's a giant skull, and then that's the Smithsonian excavator smashing it to
breaking it
fucking
up.
bits.
Oh no.
They're smashing it, dude. They're smashing the giant skull, dude.
Oh, you'd think they'd
What
have
the
better
hell?
tools, but I suppose it's realistic.
You would. But they want to, yeah, they want to, that's the thing, right? If they had like a specific giant smashing tool, I think a lot of people would probably think that was fake. But this, no, it's just a regular excavator. This is clearly real. I found this one on Facebook. No real notes needed. This is pretty objectively clear evidence of shenanigans occurring. Yeah. I do think that the giant vibes are kind of vibey.
The giant vibes are vibey. That's correct.
I mean, what else could they be?
I don't know. Big vibes. Oh, amazing. No, don't you guys start again. Don't you guys start again. I did no. Oh, get off.
He's not gonna do it.
Oh no, you guys stop. Oh, you make me blush. You're making me blush. Oh, big vibes. Big laughs, more like big claps. Big thanks. Oh, jeez. Big embarrassment on my part. Oh no! Oh, no! Stop it, yous. Stop it, yous. Now, if you like that, like this stream.
So anyway, some skeptics, brackets quants, okay, they argue that most of these are hoaxes. Some of them are based on an interesting thing where skeletons will actually get larger than they appear. There's like a kind of disarticulation as like bones become separated and like more distant from each other, and people assume that there's like a there's actually
between the bones.
You know, yeah, and because the bones over time kind of get separated a little bit, you'll like uncover a fossil that's lying down that looks like it's 2 meters long. But actually, the bones are sort of shifted a bit. Yeah, they've been expanded away from each other a little bit. So yeah, there's not really any evidence that these guys exist. Although, you know, there have been some. There's been some bones that suggest, you know, some dudes who are like 7 feet tall. But then we have 7 feet tall dudes today. So like, you know, that's not that big a deal. Like. Occasionally you get a very tall person, you know, you get some gigantism people, you know, so that was probably a genetic condition back then as well. Maybe we'll find 1 or 2 of them. It doesn't indicate there's a whole race of special gigantic people. Probably it's just a particularly big specimen of another. Yeah. So yeah, that's the giants. Let's do a little rating. What do we think on feasibility?
We rate
I still think I'm pretty happy with a. I could go for a 5.
I think we can find. Yeah, well, I think we can find a big man. There's plenty of big men.
I think there's got to be. There's got to be. You know what? Let's go 6.
Yeah, we have found big men.
A big man somewhere.
Yeah, we found big men before.
Fascistiness.
Low. They're just big men.
Pretty low. You know what? I'm gonna actually say.
Unless you want to argue nature is inherently fascist because of power dynamics.
I'm gonna say -2. I feel like this is anti-fascist, and I'll explain why. Most of the narratives I saw were like there was a dick.
Because it's woke. Because it's like big people.
What? Yeah. Yeah. It was like there was this asshole race of like brutes who were kings, and then humans overthrew them. You know, oppressed. All of humans were oppressed, and we overthrew the evil giants. That's a good narrative. I like that being in our core. Yeah, pretty good. Influentiality.
Giants are classic, isn't it? Fee fi fo fum in that.
Giants are everywhere. Yeah, I mean, literally, like every single tradition has a giant somewhere in it.
I can see Nicolas Cage in a Gulliver's Travels movie. You know what I'm saying?
Gulliver's Travels. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a. I'll give it a 9. Gulliver's. Yeah, where he's the giant. I think that works great.
Yep.
Would we get into Nephilim?
Absolutely fucking not. And I'll tell you why. Far too small.
Yeah, too small.
Far too small.
Bummer. Shit, man.
One. Yeah. It kind of sucks. It. Kind of sucks, but that was good.
Did we find a single one we could really get into?
That's
Atlantis would be you +1.
Atlantis, yeah. I'm hanging out. Agartha. Did we get into Agartha? I'm trying to remember.
Tartaria, only Ladybug would get in because she's Italian.
Well, I think the only chance is Starforts. I still don't think we're getting in.
Hot air balloon. I think it's the best shot we got of everyone getting in, dude. It's a long shot. Some of these Starforts, man. Look at this one.
Me, the fish, and Salty, we're going to Atlantis. The rest of you can fucking bounce.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the hot air balloon. I reckon I can find a path to Agartha through a Starfort. If I can ingratiate myself with the free energy people, they'll let me in, dude. They'll let me in, dude.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
You'd have to go to a conference or something.
I can't believe you've got like a height requirement, like a roller coaster. You must be this tall to get into Nephilim. That sucks, dude. That sucks ass, dude. Dear. That sucks ass, dude. I've been to all these locations. Yeah. Fuck you!
I will say, it's probably good that we stop the drugs now, because I think if we did, we'd probably die. I think we're both very close to an overdose at this point.
One more would straight up kill me, yeah. I don't think
I think so as well. I think all three of us would fucking die if we had one more drug.
God, I am fucking, after all the fucking LSD and MDMA and shit, I am very, very thirsty though. Like, I could just... I might just drink... I might just...
Drink some of that water down there?
I might just... you know what? Hold on one second. I'm just gonna... let me just...
Oh, yeah, just have a little bit of that. But I think one more... I think one more piece of acid would be enough to send me over the edge, I think. And that'd be it.
It'd kill us? It would kill us
for sure. I think we'd die, you know?
Well,
I think that's what's
it's a good thing, my friend, my buddy. That will not happen.
The drugs are
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, is this a happy ending this time? Is this a happy ending?
I think it's a happy ending. I think we just go home. This might be the first ending.
Happy ending this time?
Should we just... Yeah, no surprise ending. Just goodbye.
That's nice.
Good job, everyone. Lovely. No acid trips. We're super fine. We're super chill.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just gonna hold hands. Should we just walk off stage? We
could just walk off stage.
We never get to. Yeah,
it's just freedom. I don't know. I'm just so traumatized. There's always such horrors. There's always such horrors.
We were
and
getting
violence.
airstruck. You know, we were getting airstruck so much last stream. I guess we just get to have a happy ending.
Do you have any takes on AI 2027?
Maybe next stream, buddy. Okay, you've experienced a very rare no AI stream. Enjoy it while it lasts. Next stream, AI is coming back full force. Okay, I am obsessed.
Dear. I think we got a happy ending this time. No one's trying to ruin it. It's just us.
Oh, let's go in that. Wait, dude, go. Follow me. Where are
you going?
Look at this. Look. Look over here. Come over here. Look. What? Over here.
It's so big. You gotta be. No, it's the perspective's wrong. You need to be even smaller.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
You gotta be tiny.
It's all about our
perspective.
Oh, bro.
You're waving goodbye. Can you see chat over there? Hey, chat.
Bye, chat. We're leaving you.
This was lovely.
We're gonna go explore.
We didn't die this time.
This was great.
We didn't die this time. Oh my god,
we didn't die. This is crazy. All right.
I think this is a miracle.
Do you want to go in first?
I'll watch you go, because usually you die first.
That's true. Okay.
Wave goodbye, chat.
Where's there's a flower field in here?
No way.
Oh my god, of every color. Bro.
Well, can you name them?
Well, there's magnolias.
Oh.
There's poppies.
Poppies, you say?
Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna...
Whoa.
All right.
Oh, you're so far away. Oh. Fuck me.
Where's this daisies?
Oh. I like daisies.
Where's I'm frolicking? I'm frolicking. There's poppies. Where's I'm frolicking?
I can't, chat. I'm so proud of you. This time Smug got his happy ending. Chat, what a wonderful stream we've had. Thank you all for coming. What a lovely time we've had. And I tip my hat to you. No, did we ever think we get here? No. And because of that, you've unlocked the super secret reward. Yeah, do you see that? Oh yeah, baby.
Wiz, it's got babies. Wiz, it's eating it right out of my hand. Wiz, the gazelle's eating right out of my hand. Come here.
I'm coming, pal. I'm coming, pal.
Wiz, it's eating right out of my hand.
See you later, chat. Winks at camera.